On Salvage Hunters, some curious collectors.
Every time they build a new car, a panda dies.
A toff with a tall tail.
Have you got a ghost?
Floor creaked. Did you hear it?
And could Drew be losing his Salvage Hunter mojo?
Somebody will want them, just not me, I'm afraid. Not for sale?
Not for sale.
Not for sale. Been a pleasure.
I wish I could say the same.
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Hello? You have got the best place in the whole world.
He scours the country in search of weird and wonderful objects.
That's a mantique.
There's nowhere he won't go and nothing he won't consider. With help from his wife, Rebecca,
Yeah, he was telling me he drove in a tank. Now, if that's not midlife crisis, what is?
and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items, from junk to gems, which then find new homes in houses,
I'm good, thanks.
bars, restaurants, or even lighting up your street. In over 20 years of salvage hunting, Drew Pritchard has learned that when one door closes, another one opens. A last-minute cancellation has left him stranded in Somerset with sidekick Julian. Rather than waste the trip, Julian has found a nearby collector who runs a museum dedicated to Bakelite.
It's very difficult for me to describe how disinterested in Bakelite I am.
It's not desperately high on the top of my list, but it's nearby. Might learn something.
You know, he wants to go, we'll go. It's a day out for him.
Collectors are an unpredictable lot. Some have a wealth of interesting things they're willing to sell, but others just want to show off their collections and hang on to it all.
My name is Patrick Cook, and I have been owning the Bakelite Museum for about 30 years. We've got coffins and plastic bikes and all sorts of extraordinary objects that you would never have guessed were made in plastic.
There it is, to the Bakelite Museum. Oh, I'm so excited. Ooh, Bakelite, I love it.
But it's always worth taking a chance, and already things are looking up.
Oh, they've got a little dog.
Oh, well,
Oh, it's worth coming for the little dog. Look at his little face. Hello. Hi, Patrick.
Hello there.
Hi, Drew. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Julian.
We believe you've got a Bakelite museum tucked away in here somewhere.
Tucked, absolutely, yes, in the deeper depths of Somerset.
And he really wants to come and see it.
So if we can learn
Sure,
something.
sure.
Come on in, yes. Have a little tour around the Bakelite Museum.
Wow. I love this toy here. That's the Sunbeam Landspeed record car.
Absolutely, and that is more than a toy, really. It's to me, it's like an early executive toy.
I know everybody, I just walk around tapping everything. Is that what everybody does when they come here?
Yes, everything's so tactile, you want to touch it. That is one of the largest pieces of cast phenolic, which is actually a very pure resin. You're able to achieve astonishing colours.
OK.
This is what all lazy bachelors should want. It's about 1930s, but they made them for many, many years. And it's called the Tie Master, and it vomits out the tie at some rate, fully pressed and ready to go off to work.
That's a strange thing.
Despite his reservations, Drew sees something he wants amongst the exhibits.
That's fantastic. That's a wonderful thing.
I know. And it's full of hidden secrets. Look at that.
I love that.
Antique medical teaching tools are popular with specialist collectors. Something like this could fetch upwards of £200 at auction.
So is that something, would you sell this?
You can buy things elsewhere, possibly, but not in the museum. With the objects in the museum, I get a lot of collectors, and either they stay in the museum for a long time and they get absolutely intrigued. I would charge them bed and breakfast if I try and prize them out of the museum.
This is remarkably gruesome.
Yeah. Shall I open my mouth now?
Yeah, Jules.
No, for once, definitely not.
Look, it's belt. Is it belt driven? That would be driven by a string all the way through. So that's never going to get up to a really good fast lick, is it? So that's going to really hurt.
Other collectors really can't cope. They're out in 10 minutes because there's a sort of competitive, jealous element.
I think these are just caps. I think these are ready-made caps and you just stick them on. Because quite a few things in here are quite fancy.
Well, I specialise in disappointing people.
The Bakelite is off limits, but Drew soon finds there's more to Patrick than just old plastic.
He mentioned he's got a load of gear in his sheds and that he used to be an architectural antique dealer 40 years ago. Suddenly, I'm incredibly interested.
So, is there other things in here for sale?
Some are, yes.
Some are. All right, OK.
Possibly.
Oh, this is good. What about this, Patrick? Can this be sold?
This British design classic dates back to the 1930s and carries the manufacturer's mark of Herbert Terry. Fully restored, this one could sell for £180.
Do you want me to give you a price? £100.
£100. I can't pay you £100. Can I give you a bid on it? Just the condition it's in.
A little minor bid.
A little minor bid. I'm going to go knock a fair wedge off, to be honest. I was going to say £60 in this condition.
I had it too long. Ready for burnishing myself. I was going to go into the studio. I'll do a gesture. Gesture, you know, £10.
£10 off, 90 quid.
£90.
All right, let's get the ball rolling, £90. Deal?
Yeah, that's done.
OK, great, we'll have that. Fab. There's lots of other things in here, Patrick, I can see straight away. These staircase balustrade sections here, these are the ones that would have been on the balconette panels.
Clearly influenced by the late 19th century Glasgow school, Drew knows he can sell balustrades like these for around £40 each.
14 complete, and all the rest are broken. What would you want to, for one? That's just price them as a single unit.
£50 each, they went for.
I can't get anywhere near that. What I'd like to pay for the pile is including that one there, so just the whole lot. I think the most I'd want to pay would be a couple of £100 for the lot. So what do you reckon then? Can we have a deal on those?
Not at the two.
Not two. All right.
Well, you're welcome to go wander around if it's playing on your mind, because they're not standard railings.
Let's just leave that for now. You know, just walk away from them, because I think he is quite keen to sell me some stuff here as well. He needs to clear that room. I get that feeling.
I like this, Patrick, at the back here.
Pelmet?
Yes.
Distressed pieces are very fashionable at the moment, and Drew's interior design customers would happily pay up to £180 for this copper pelmet.
What sort of price do you want for that, Patrick?
1.5.
Oh, what? Really? Really?
Oh, OK, then 300.
Your bargaining skills they leave a lot to be desired. How does 75 quid grab you?
Pretty insulting, yeah, I like this.
It's not. Where do you want to be? It's just got a lot of. It's pretty and everything, but it's got a lot of damage.
It is pretty. Well, what did I say? I mean,
you said
actually,
150. I went to 75.
125.
Come on, I can go to 100. I think that's fair. Come on, I've come up.
Well, because I feel sorry for you, yes.
Thank you. I feel sorry for me all day long if you knock some money off. That's great, thank you. No, I'll have that. Keep noticing you've got these things around. I think I've spotted 2 or 3 so far. These cast Gothic strap hinges, decorative strap hinges.
Original door furniture of any period is easy to sell, but unusually ornate pieces like this could fetch £50 each.
There's another one there. Do you want to drag that one down, Jules?
Yeah. This one's got damage, Drew.
Ooh.
That is.
Oh yeah, it's missing
nice one, isn't it?
missing a little trefoil. What are you going to sting me for these then?
Well, they look to me like £50 each.
Ooh, really? £50 each? Oh no, no.
Oh, OK. You're back to the scrapyard prices, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, we've been spoiled.
No, we're miles apart on these. Can I just? I'll give you a bid, and that would be it.
You can insult me. I'm used to it
I'm
now.
going to on this ones, I'm afraid. But nicely.
Go on then.
Nicely, 40 quid for the pair. Because I'm buying one good one, really. Yeah.
I would say £50 a pair.
£50 the pair, done. Right, fine, we'll have those.
Now that he's made some deals with Patrick, Drew returns to the items he really wants, the Art Nouveau balustrades.
So I'm at 200 quid for the pile.
This sort of stuff is quality.
OK.
And, you know, you've got to bump it up a bit of a chunk to take them home. Because, you know, you'll barely fill up my Rolls Royce, will it, with fuel?
250 for the pile.
No, I thought you were going to be generous. I thought you could take 3 and you can take it.
Patrick,
and you can leave one behind as a sample for
What,
me
you want
to
to
cry
charge me more
over.
money and keep one?
No, I'm just throwing in the broken ones for you.
OK, 275 including all the broken ones.
Give me 1 to look at and drool over the next 20 years.
Deal, 275 for the lot. And you can keep one. I'll pick you one out specially.
It's very damaged. I'm going to check for the broken
the most
bits.
broken one.
Despite his earlier reservations, Drew's got a good haul and not a piece of Bakelite in sight. And he's not finished yet.
Now, I noticed these as we drove in, actually, Patrick.
Iron garden chairs of this quality are very rare and command large prices. Drew could easily get £240 each for these French beauties.
Are these something you'd part with?
Well, I say no. I'd prefer not to sell them because they're looking pretty here.
Oh, really?
They go with the rustic wall.
If you were to sell them, how much would you want for them?
Well, I think they're about £125 each.
125, so 250 for the pair.
Don't take them. I would say to you not to take them because I like them.
No, I really like them. I really
No, you
like them
don't.
an awful lot.
No.
They're very, very good.
No,
They're just great looking, aren't they?
well, that's why they're there.
Yeah, 250 we'll have them.
Damn. I was just going to say 200. But never mind.
But something that looks that good and is so desirable to me, I want it. So that feeling may translate to somebody else.
It's not just about profit, I mean. Although he's going to make a massive killing out of it, of course.
Going to a Bakelite museum, which I'd never have done normally, I was able to buy several items, all good. Some expensive, but hey, I've got them, they're mine, and it's a good group of things for me to put into the shop.
Patrick, been a pleasure.
I wish I could say the same.
Well, it was for me anyway.
Yeah.
No, I think it was very good, yes. I
Okay.
enjoyed it.
After a good day out, it's a 5-hour trip back to Drew's shop in North Wales to unload the van and see what the rest of the team think of their treasures.
Loads of stuff. We went to a Bakelite museum because Julian wanted to go and I didn't want to go.
OK.
But you enjoyed it, didn't you? You loved it. Ex-dealer retired and opened this Bakelite museum. He was great. Got this pelmet off him. It's beaten up to hell, but I still think it has a strong look.
It's wonderful.
Gavin, if you could just make sure it's safe for people to handle and that it can still be hung on the wall correctly. Aren't they lovely?
Lovely. Nice
Bye-bye.
gown too.
Paid top dollar for them. Just make sure they sit flat, give them a dust off, that's it. They just have such a good look to them. Look at that, look. Proper angle poise, floor standing lamp. Full polish, all the base, everything. Look at these. Nice, huh? Aren't they fab? So all I want you to do with these, Gavin,
Jet wash.
is clean them. Jet wash. I don't want to do any more than that to them.
Gavin is one of Drew's longest-serving staff members and is responsible for general restoration, cleaning and repairs. Restoration can be a delicate and tricky business, but sometimes a jet wash will do.
Don't need much doing, so just give them a quick jet wash. Get all the dust and dirt and cobwebs and etc. off them and get them in the shop.
Once Gavin has worked his magic, it's Mark's job to get it photographed and on the website as soon as possible.
You can imagine that on a door, like a studded medieval door, if you've got a door this big.
The chairs sell in record time and don't even make it onto the website.
Could these two chairs go on one pallet?
Yeah.
We've paid for one pallet to go up to Scotland.
Okay.
And they're coming this afternoon. I don't know if they're going to fit. Oh, made to measure. That's great. The delivery company are going to collect them. Could be now.
Second only to Drew's love of salvage is his love of cars, and it's a happy day when he can combine the two. Accompanied by Julian, Drew is off to Doncaster, to a man who's famous for racing and smashing up early 20th century cars. and who may just have some car-related salvage for sale.
I've loved daft old cars forever, really. Something with a bit more charm in it than a modern car. And I like old cars where I can fix them myself and play with them.
Yeah, that's this place. Look, you've got a GN badge on the front there.
This would be Dougal then.
Fabulous, brilliant. Dougal pulled up in his hot-rodded Fraser Nash. Today's going to be a brilliant day, really looking forward to it. Wonderful. Hi, Dougal.
Hi, Drew. How you doing?
I'm all right, good to meet you. It's Jules.
Hey, Jules. Right.
Okay. Yeah, God, I love this. I know, I'm here on business, but wow.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
Well, yeah.
Did you build it, or did you buy it part built, or what did you do?
I rebuild it 3 times every year.
Not that Drew needs to be convinced, but Dougal has an interesting way of justifying his obsession with vintage cars.
It makes so much more sense to drive an old car than have a new car built. Every time they build a new car, a panda dies.
Amusing, but is this someone Drew can do business with?
This is a sort of... Well, it's like a boot room, isn't it, really? With a kitchen and things like that.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? This was the old mill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen something I like straight away as soon as I walked in. I don't know, is the curtain pole.
This complete set of pole, rings and finials, probably from the Victorian era, could fetch as much as £400.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah, well, it's just thought, well, you're not using it.
And my wife does hang things like that off it all the time, so...
What about 180 quid?
I'd rather have that hanging on the wall than 180 quid.
Yeah?
I would. Thank you all the same. He wanted to buy it because it's a really nice piece of kit. I want to keep it because it's a really nice piece of kit.
That was a pretty definite no, wasn't it?
That was a definite no. That was a definite no.
It's not a good start for me. I mean, I'm enjoying my day here and to meet somebody new, good connection when I need parts for my cars, but I need to make money.
Oh, how about... That's not actually for sale. That's an old tongue press.
A what?
It's for pressing tongues.
Cow tongues.
Yeah.
So you put your tongue in there.
And then pop that on the top to press the tongues. And then you could, because you could put whatever weight on top of that you wanted.
Ah, I see. But that's not for sale either.
No, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
I'm just showing off with it.
Okay. He's a collector. He really doesn't want to sell anything. He's just really enjoying showing me his stuff, and I'm really enjoying looking at it. But we'd like to do some business. Have you got that? What's that?
That's my wife's Triumph, 1914, not for sale. Really lovely, that is. I've also got funky little
not
kids.
for sale.
Kids drop handlebar racing bike. That's not for sale because that's baby stands.
Okay.
Nor's that one.
Okay. Not for sale?
No, not for
Not
sale.
for sale.
Definitely
Okay.
not. Particularly bad motorbike.
You're not really selling that to me, are you?
No, it's not my best pitch.
No.
I don't really have a great deal for sale here. You know, a lot of the things in this house are my knick-knacks collection. Things I've nicked and things that I've knackered. I've got them from wherever because I like them. And so there isn't a great deal for sale.
As the time passes, it looks increasingly like Dougal has nothing of interest to Drew, who may be going home empty-handed.
Oh, coracle, distinctly second-hand. Never been raced or rallied.
Bloody hell.
If
If you can get from this side of the pond to the other in that, I'll buy it. Don't think it's seaworthy anymore.
Yeah, I think it's not built for water. The things that are for sale, the things I'd happily get rid of, I'd happily get rid of them for the same reason he wouldn't want to buy them.
It's all about quality and condition with these things. But the quality of the initial make, and it's been overpainted.
How about this hammer? It's fantastic, isn't it? I don't know, I've got to tell you, I'm not going to sell it. I just love it because it's a proper, it's a boy's tool, isn't it?
I love
Big
the
hammer like
steps.
that. Yeah,
These are the old mill wheels from the building.
The old millstones, they'd be what they ground the corn with.
Yeah, they're fab, aren't they?
Yeah, great things.
That's good luck.
That's recycling.
It is, on a grand scale. It's very good.
Yeah, I've got a manky old 2CV. This used to be my cousin's. He's called Mickey.
Yeah.
And he uses a camper van, so he called it his Mickey Bago. As in a Winnebago, but possibly not quite chic. And it's now my wife's potting shed.
Oh, it's quite cool.
Eventually, Drew's perseverance pays off, and he spots something attractive and French. Not the 2CV, but some chairs.
They're
Funky
very
little kids' chairs.
Yeah, they're very much up my street.
Kind of.
Drew could easily get £120 for these from his interior design or shop fitting customers. Now he has to do a deal with self-styled joker Dougal.
They're very, very small, aren't they? These are toddler size, aren't they, almost?
Yeah.
OK, well, what do you want for these? I do like them. Great colour. Nice and beaten up. Yeah, they're great.
£5 each, 30 quid for the 4.
God, you're hilarious today, aren't you? 50s and French, by the looks of them. Can't see any maker's marks or anything on them, but they've definitely got that feel about them.
No hallmarks on them.
Yeah. So we're talking... So where... What did you say, 15? I'm sure that's what you said, yeah.
20 quid for 4 chairs.
20 quid for 4 chairs. For teeny-weeny little chairs, like that?
Yeah.
That you've left in the garden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where else do you get pattern from?
True, true.
Yeah, lived in
OK,
one.
20 quid, we'll have those.
Sold.
Lovely, thank you. Not going to take up a lot of room in the van, are they? It's a stunning place. It's absolutely beautiful. But unfortunately, I can't buy much, can I?
No, well, I sort of like it all.
Yeah, OK. 20 quid's worth of chairs.
20 quid worth of chairs, yeah, that's it.
OK.
Have you got 20 quid then?
Well, have you got 20 quid?
You owe me 40 quid.
Do I? I've got a tenner.
See how this is developing.
We can probably rustle up a tenner from the ashtray in the van. Yeah, probably, yeah. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack. Today, financially, was a loss. We've bought one little thing for £20. It's my job to salvage things, to hunt around and find things. That's what I do. I don't do anything else. If I'm not buying stuff, I'm not making any money. Well, look, we're going to get going. Been a pleasure.
Great stuff. All right,
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed seeing Drew. He's a similar character to myself in that he likes sort of silly, old, impractical things that a lot of people are lost interest in. I think we could probably have a few laughs over a pint any time, really.
Well, he was a nice fella.
You're being very tame with that one.
Hey, he was great. He was great, wasn't he? Couldn't give a toss. Sod you.
Absolutely didn't give a damn.
Living his life by his own rules.
Yes.
Very good. But slightly disappointing we didn't find anything.
4 chairs.
Some days, that's how it goes.
The day may be about to turn around. Mark has called with a lead. He's received an email from Amanda Sinclair, who's desperate to clear some of her dad's workshop and hopefully make a few quid selling off some antique garden ornaments. So it's off to Sussex for Drew and Julian.
I love it when Mark calls me on the road, and he's clearly excited. He's running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He says that he's found a property that has got period garden urns and garden items. Antique ones, I'm there. I absolutely love buying them. So if they're there and they're real, I'm buying them. So where are we going today? See a girl called Amanda.
Amanda Sinclair.
Amanda Sinclair, she's interior designer.
Dad makes furniture, but also along the way he's sort of into old bits and pieces. The workshop is an absolute tip. And one of the major reasons for calling Drew was to see if we can tidy up a bit. Drew.
Yeah, Amanda.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Is everything all right getting here?
Yeah, no problem. Straight in.
Great.
It's Jules.
Hi, Julian.
Hiya. Hi, Amanda.
We got your email.
Fantastic.
I've only seen a couple of images.
Yeah.
Of what you've got, and they seem to be garden items.
Yeah, that's right. Dad's got some old garden furniture that's been hanging around for ages, the planters, pedestals, that type of thing, and I thought Drew might be interested in them. Right, they're just over here.
All right.
So, right.
Oh, I see.
Have fun.
Yeah. That's modern.
But Drew has some bad news for Amanda.
Yeah, they're all modern ones.
They're a bit...
They've got the look, but they just haven't got the age. 30, 40 years old, maybe. Maybe some of them probably not that old.
Yeah,
Period pieces is what I'm really after. That's for sure. Somebody will want them, just not me, I'm afraid.
I feel like I've wasted your time there. Thank you so much, though.
It happens, don't worry.
Sometimes we can pass, without knowing, a bit of duff information onto Drew. He finds it quite annoying, but, you know, you win some, you lose some.
It's a long way to come for nothing. And Drew employs the Salvage Hunter golden rule. Don't just look at the things the seller thinks you want. Look everywhere.
As you can see, it's working in progress.
Yeah, working environment, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. There's bits and pieces everywhere.
Oh, this is the office?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right, OK. Yeah. Yeah, he's a messy pup, your dad, isn't he?
Yeah.
Blimey.
He sort of just chucks things wherever they land. Yeah. Really? You know, you've got to...
That's his breakfast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the base of a very big candlestick. Would have been a pair, probably ecclesiastical looking at them. But you haven't got the rest of these?
Not as far as I know.
Ganesh.
Yeah, could be.
Is it? Yeah? It's all
Yeah.
broken.
It is Ganesh, yeah. You see that?
That's it.
Yeah.
You see a lot of these.
I know that up in my Indian gods, but I didn't
No,
know.
nor me. The railway line outside's gorgeous, isn't it? What is it?
It's the Bluebell Railway. Very, very famous.
It's not a Pullman carriage.
Absolutely. They do food and afternoon teas and fish and chip parties.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fish and chip on the Pullman.
Absolutely.
OK, yeah, no, nothing in here for us.
I just had these in the drawer that I put away.
Oh, that one's a nice one. Do you have the keeper?
No.
Shame.
Right, so you just want to keep looking.
Yeah,
See if you can
please.
find any goodies.
Drew searches high and low and then hits gold. Well, brass.
Oh, these are the brass plates.
Quite nice, aren't they? These brass finger plates, or push plates, people call them.
Yeah, they come from a big house in Copthorne, which is about 25 minutes away from here. The house was apparently owned by Lord Dowling in Sussex, and the house was actually knocked down, and my father actually redeveloped the site, but he kept all the bits and pieces from the old house.
OK.
And these are them.
They're stylistically, they're quite nice. They've
Yeah.
got a little registration mark on
Oh,
there
right,
as
yeah.
well. See it?
Yeah.
They're English from the 20s. How many of those have we got, Drew? So this would be either side of the door.
Right, yeah.
Have that one on the door.
Yeah.
That one on the other side of the door. Must be 9, 12. 12. Oh, no, good news. Quite like these.
When it comes to door furniture, multiples of 2 work best. Once cleaned up, these early 20th century examples could fetch £10 each.
OK. Right. Did you say there was a loft space?
Yep, just behind you.
Right.
Up through there.
Attics are often salvage hunter gold, as they are places that people put things and forget about them.
These are interesting, these columns you've got up here.
Right, OK.
6 of them.
Drew has found a set of 6 matching wooden columns. Even numbers are always better for salvage, and condition is key.
There's nothing else I can see up there at all,
OK.
just loads of old tools. These are good, I like these. Where did these come from, do you know?
Stratford-upon-Avon. Dad was doing his normal walking around, looking to see what he could find.
Yeah.
And he found these from the RSC Theatre.
Don't imagine they're from the building, they're probably used on a
No, probably a set or something
I'd
like
say,
that, yeah.
Yeah.
This is exactly the kind of provenance that can add value to an item. These columns could sell for £60 each.
I'd be interested in those,
Right,
for sure.
OK.
Unfortunately for Drew, it's Amanda's father who needs to be convinced to sell.
Yeah, hi, Dad, it's me. Yeah, I've just been here with Drew, and he's just been looking at some stuff. You know the finger plates from the old house,
See what she says?
and also all the columns from that place in Stratford where you and Mum went. So, have you got any idea of price or anything? Right. Hi.
Oh, hello. Hey.
Right, I spoke to Dad.
What's he say?
Yeah, he's happy to go ahead.
OK.
We
What's he...
can get a price.
And these?
And the plates.
They're not cast brass, they're just sheet. OK. So we're going to have to get the paint off.
£3 each.
£3 each. Well, that's it. That's exactly what we were just saying. Need to pay a few pounds each for these.
Yeah. I think for the columns.
The dowels
Yeah.
in these have snapped.
Yeah. They just came as they were.
Yeah, he didn't strip the paint off them.
No.
It's a shame that they've done that. Sometimes when you strip hardwoods like this, they'll crack.
About 150.
6 for 150. OK.
Yep.
That's a great price.
Right, OK.
Yeah, that's fine.
Damn, should have gone higher.
Oh, well. So there you go. It was worth me coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, and I've cleared a bit of your dad's junk.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not.
What started as a search for antique garden ornaments has resulted in a find of 1920s door furniture and a set of columns from the Royal Shakespeare Company. Proof again that when it comes to salvage hunting, Drew never knows what he'll find until he gets there.
Anyway.
Thank you very much indeed.
No,
Lovely
thank
to
you.
meet you.
No, and you.
back at base and more jobs for the team.
We went to see a girl called Amanda. Do you remember that email you sent, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
I went in there blind, I hadn't seen anything. All the garden stuff she mentioned was all new.
Yeah.
None of it was any good. But she did have...
I was going to say, these are nice, aren't they?
6 of these. And a father bought them, and they're from the Royal Shakespeare Company. They were used there as set dressing, I'm assuming. What do you think?
Yeah, great.
Lovely, aren't they? So Stratford-on-Avon. So all I want you to do is just go over them with a clear wax. Right, what else do we get from her? Oh, yeah, these. Bex, look. A stack of them, all matching.
Huge wad of them.
Yeah, all matching finger plates. 20s, British arts and craftsy.
All matching?
All matching.
They sell well as is.
No, they need you to give... There you go. That's your next job now, then, for saying that. There you go.
I've got to do that.
That one. Full polish on those, please, Gavin. And straighten them out, flatten them, yeah?
But it's been a bad few days, and the purchases from Amanda won't keep them busy for long.
When you're not finding anything, it's the worst. You think, I'm losing my touch. What am I doing? I need to get a real job. You know, all these different things. And then you find that other thing, and I'm off again. I'm like, brilliant.
But Drew's fortunes may be about to change. He's just got another call that has made him put any thoughts of a 9-to-5 job to one side. It's a place he's been trying to get into for years. It's off to Derbyshire to meet a bona fide lord with stuff to sell. Music to Drew's ears.
So we're off to see Sir Richard Fitzherbert. Quite a handle. But he's rang us, so I think it's sort of game on straight away. There's no messing about whether we need to, is that for sale, is this for sale? And he has loads of old furniture he wants to get rid of.
My name's Sir Richard Fitzherbert, and I live at Tissington Hall, and this is our family home for 402 years, and I've been here 22. I think it's essential that sometimes country houses reinvent themselves and occasionally have a big clear-out. But there's a lot of clutter in this house, and it's my responsibility to maintain the house, and if I could achieve a few quid, you know, to do up a window or another room through selling some clutter, then let's do it.
But the scent of blue blood may be giving this salvage hunter ideas above his station.
This is where we need to be all the time, in these beautiful old halls. Spend far too much time in scrapyards. Oh, look, it's a whole village. It's a hall with a village. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is nice, isn't it? On your best behaviour.
Absolutely.
No spitting, no swearing.
What about farting?
Yeah, it's fine. Hi.
Hi, good morning. Hello.
Sir Richard?
Hello, yes, Richard Fitzherbert. What we've got for sale are the things really in the storeroom. So in the sheds, down in the cellar, and up in the turret room at the top of the house.
Wow, fabulous hallway. Oh, God, that's gorgeous.
Well, this is the main hall of the house, the 17th century part of the house. The house was built in 1609. Great front chest.
Yeah. That's the drawers.
Yeah. Someone's left there. Do you want a hand? It was in my aunt's house, and I'd moved it from her house. It always rattled. I found these drawers by fiddling with it one day, and in these drawers there were jewels and necklaces and things like that she'd hidden. And anyway, I got so excited. I got 3 younger sisters. I rang them up. They're in London. They said, oh, we'll come up and get them. And that was the last I heard of it.
Yeah, I was going to say you never saw them again.
Exactly. I did ask my sister about the earrings, and she said, oh, Richard, they weren't your colour. We're going to go up this way and up these stairs to the turret room. We have a turret room at the south end of the house, at the top of the stairs. I'd love to make that my own sort of little study, but there is a lot of clutter in there, and hopefully we can find something in there for Drew.
Music to Drew's ears. A turret room in a country pile that needs to be cleared out. Doesn't get much better than this.
Is this one of the oldest bits of the house, is it?
Yeah, this is part of the oldest bit. So you've got, again, the 17th century flies and things like that. These are rather marvellous.
Yes, a light should be weighted. You've got a weight in there, so there you go.
Drop lamps are ceiling-mounted lamps that can be adjusted in height. Rewired and restored, this late 19th or early 20th century version could sell for around £480.
The drop lamp, when we rewired the house in 1990, a lot of these drop lamps were taken out because they were deemed dangerous for the electrics in the house. The house had not been rewired for 40 years, so we took some of these out. I'd forgotten that I'd got a drop lamp like that, which is a rather nice piece.
You pull this up and down, the counterweight moves it up and down, and so if you move it so there it stops, so there it stops. Everything's here, nothing's missing, and it's not been messed around with. So ideal for us. What do you think? What do you reckon for that one?
A couple of hundred?
The max for that one, max would be, I'd really like to pay 80 quid, but I'd probably push it to 100, but no more. That's for sure.
OK, it's doing nothing here.
Yeah. Excellent, no, we'll have that.
To get anything for that, I was thrilled of. I could easily have thrown it out 20 years ago.
With the ice broken, the next stage is to get Sir Richard to open the estate sheds, Drew's preferred hunting ground.
We store a lot of clutter in here, as you can see.
At the back of the shed, Drew spots a very large kitchen table that has definitely seen better days.
Apparently,
this is a rather good table. Where's this from?
The table in the shed outside, I think, was a servant's table at some stage, probably used in one of the kitchens. And I believe when the house was readdressed and restructured in 1900, that table probably came out of the house then, 1900, 1910, and has been in that shed certainly since I've ever known it, the last 22 years.
Great big chunk missing out the corner here, where somebody's just hacked into it and cut the end off, cut a corner off. 2-plank top, that's really good. Let me just get down and have a better look at this side. Is this something that's for sale?
Yep. Oh, that's the ghost.
Have you got a ghost?
We have corresponded with some of my great-uncles, I believe. One particular evening is very memorable. It was 1 in the morning, and we went into a particular room, my old study, and 10 of us clasped hands all around. I didn't know the other 9 at all. They didn't know anyone, and we had to be quiet. So we were quiet. We put our hands together, went in a ring, and somebody said, "Is there anybody out there?" And then the floor creaked. Was that you? Was that you? Was that you? No. It was the floor creaked. And so somebody rather brashly said, "Is there someone there?" The floor creaked. Did you hear it just then? And then this conversation developed on a sort of yes-no. Are you William? Floor creaked. Are you George? Nothing. And we worked out that it was one of the Sir Williams that lived here in the 18th century.
Right. Sceptical. I think we'll get back in the van.
At the risk of upsetting the spirits, Drew and Julian hoist a table outside to take a closer look.
Oh, it's soaked in oil. Somebody's been rebuilding engines on it by the looks of it.
The Qataris pay a lot of money for that sort of thing, won't they?
Drain the table out. There's at least a litre in there, isn't there?
That's right. Well, that's worth it. Oh, gosh, at today's prices,
about 15 quid in there.
Absolutely, yeah.
The oil and the damage don't deter Drew. He knows that after restoration, this 10-foot example could fetch around £1,800.
How much?
I mean, I'm not using it. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, I've sold similar ones, not quite as in good condition, for, 500 quid.
500 is going to be too much. Well, I was thinking more, cheekily, 200 quid.
200 quid?
Yeah, when I first saw it, so we're a bit apart.
Right, OK, we are a little bit on that, really. Well, I'd have to think about that.
What about 300?
300 with that very good green on it. That's estate green, you know. That's Hollybush green.
You can have that, though.
I can have that back,
If you can get that off, you can have it. All yours for free.
Well, I suppose I'm coming down to 400. 400.
Still seems a little bit heavy.
It is heavy.
Yeah, well, it's not. 380. We'll have a deal on it. Close enough?
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
The £380 I got for the table, I think, is very fair. In fact, I'm probably very pleased with it. 500 was probably a little naughty of me to try that on with Drew.
Yeah, paid £380 for the table, which looks like a hill of money for a broken, oil-soaked, cut-up, knackered work table out of a kitchen. But what I'm looking at is I've got a 10-foot, 2-plank pine table with a nice history that, once restored, will command a lot of money because it's very much in vogue.
But Drew's not finished yet. Sir Richard has one last place to take him.
I think Drew might be able to find something in the cellar. It's become the receptacle of lots of junk. Mind your steps as you come down this stairway. You can hold on to the left.
We're deep, aren't we, down here?
It's deep down here, yeah. And there's that door, and I'll turn the lights on. And this is my glory hole.
Ah.
My old
I'll give you that.
cellar. So lots of clutter in here.
More wine.
Yeah.
More wine.
That was
lying
the
around
port
there.
section.
That's the port.
I've had a bit of a go at that.
You've got these lovely old bin numbers everywhere.
Yeah, and there's the odd... Is that the Armagnac one, or Cognac? Yeah. I mean, in the old days, these would have held a pipe of port each, or a pipe of Armagnac, so you'd have had 144 bottles of... Your merchant would have given you 144 bottles of claret, of Burgundy, of Armagnac, of Cognac.
And that's called a pipe?
A pipe.
That quantity is a pipe.
112 cases of 12.
Ah, OK.
And in the cellar, something Drew can never have enough of. Old country house chairs.
I've got a bit of a fetish for old country house armchairs.
Right,
I
OK.
do tend to buy them weekly. That's a beauty.
Yeah, what do you think they are? They're sort of 19th century?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Then you've got this one here. But yeah, these are all 19th century. This one's got a broken arm, unfortunately. OK, so are these for sale, these?
Possibly, yeah.
Drew never passes up a decent old armchair. Even before reupholstery, he can sell these for up to £300 each.
What price-wise?
I'd average them out at 300 quid each, 900 quid for the three.
I'd probably go to 450 for the three. And I think that's me done.
450, that's fine.
450.
For the three.
Wonderful. Thank you. Lovely. Right.
To clear it out, £450, I was very well pleased with. I hope they find a good home. They need a new life.
It's what I'm always looking for. It's quality. Quality sells. That's why I come to these houses. They didn't buy junk. That's why I like to come here, and that's what I'm always looking for. Chairs of that size, I've never had a problem selling them, whether back into sort of the interior design trade generally or back into big old country houses. Well, there's an awful lot of them around. All right. Tissington Hall has been great for us today. I've never been here before. It's stunning. Meeting Sir Richard was fun. He's a laugh, to be honest with you. We got on well, I think. And I've bought well. I've bought a few items, and they've all got perfect country house provenance.
I was thrilled that Drew came today. I've learnt a lot from today, and I've got a few quid in my pocket as well, so we'll be going to the pub later. But I think, yeah, I'll ask him to come again. I've also got a few mates who've got a few houses as well, and he might like to visit them.
OK, we're done?
Done.
Finished?
Loaded.
OK.
Thank you so much.
OK, good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
See you again.
Thanks for the trip around the house as well.
My
Really
pleasure.
enjoyed it. See you soon.
OK,
Bye-bye.
bye.
On the ride back, Drew tells Julian just how much he loves old armchairs.
I love armchairs. I'm obsessed with them.
Really, really loves old armchairs.
I actually don't know how many I've got in stock at the moment.
A lot.
20? 20 country house knackered armchairs.
Yeah, knackered armchairs.
I'll keep buying them.
Back at base, the Armchair Love Fest continues.
Hello! How you doing?
I can see some chairs.
We couldn't take you. Surprise, surprise, I bought loads of chairs.
Drew's wife, Rebecca, is used to upholstered rivals and is unfazed.
You can't go around with bums on seats.
No. But the frame is good, and the shape underneath this is great. You can see underneath this.
Has it got all its casters?
Everything's on there.
Oh, good.
But the arm's broken. But what a super shape. Look at the shape. Isn't it great? I'll just take the back there. Look at this. This is a beauty. Let's spin it round. Look at that. What a super chair. Isn't that just wonderful? Is it me, or have I just got too much of a thing for chairs?
That's a yes, then.
3 chairs, £450
OK.
for the 3. Don't you think that's great?
It is.
You guys not as
No, I
enamoured with
am.
it as me?
No, I am.
Just
Obviously,
mean,
it
it's
seems
just
better days.
perfect.
To a lot of people's eyes, they just look like a load of old sofas that some people would say should be skipped. But underneath all that is the frames are beautiful. They're Victorian, again, Drew's eye. He spotted those chairs, the turned legs, the casters. So they're great.
The giant oil-soaked table is more of a hit with the team.
What do you think of that? Ignore the extremely filthy, oily condition, which the oil is an issue.
Yeah. Well, that's 2 planks.
2 plank top.
2 plank top, yeah?
Yeah. Look at that. 1 plank, look at that. Lovely.
Wow. Most people wouldn't have even spotted it. It's a real state, But great proportions, as Drew would say, trust me, with a lot of restoration, that will be back to a very, very good standard.
It will be good.
Salvage hunting is a tricky business, and despite some doubts, Drew's persistence has paid off, and he lives to hunt another day.
I have to rely very much on my own instincts. I have to know that what comes off the back of the van is going to sell. The lads look at me sometimes when I bring in an oil-stained table or a little kiddie's chair like this, or, you know, a knackered old armchair. It's not only my livelihood, it's their livelihood. We need to make sure we can sell this stuff, and it's a big responsibility. When you take a little chair like this out of context now, you see, you take it out of the garden and just put it down and go, look, it's a funky, cool item. So sometimes just taking those pieces away from a normal environment you expect to see them and showing them for what they are, which is really very simply and beautifully designed little piece of furniture. This is the wonderful and amazingly good quality rise and fall lamp we found at Tissington. It's now working. Ollie did a lovely job rewiring it and getting it to work correctly and balance properly, which is really, really hard. But now you can just hold that, stops perfectly anywhere you like. These are some of the finger plates we bought from Amanda Sinclair, again, which are just wonderful now they've come up. They've had a polish. I mean, they've been handled, but we've sold the larger ones and we've sold the columns that we got from Amanda, but we've got these smaller finger plates come through. So exactly what I like about the job, you know, just taking something like that, completely usable, but also authentic. So this table now, this is the one we got from the garage at Tissington. I did take a bit of a flyer on this one, to be honest with you, because that oil was really deep in it. But Alex and Gavin, between them, have done a super job. And you can really see now that why I was really fancied it. The 2 plank top just makes a great look to the table. Experience has taught me that you always keep going, because it literally can be in the next 5 minutes or tomorrow or the day after. You'll find something great and we can make some money and we get the excitement and we get the rush and we get the interest and we get the new thing through the shop. So you just keep going and think, well, tomorrow I'll find a shed full of stuff.
Salvage hunters.
£200 fixed price.
Really?
Drew faces some difficult customers.
150?
The cider must be affecting your ears. That's a no. I'll get my coat.
Rebecca faces some difficult calculations.
I haven't had a drink yet.
And Julian's skills are much in demand.
You're not getting a rest, you're just testing.
Come back, Julian.
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Hello? You have got the best place in the whole world.
He scours the country in search of weird and wonderful objects.
That's a mantique.
There's nowhere he won't go and nothing he won't consider. With help from his wife, Rebecca.
Yeah, he was telling me he drove in a tank. Now, if that's not midlife crisis, what is?
And a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items from junk to gems, which then find new homes in houses, bars, restaurants, or even lighting up your street.
Yeah.
Drew's business is built on his ability to unearth unique one-off pieces.
Crack on. We're going, Jules. Get going.
That means hunting in places no one else would think of going. Accompanied by sidekick Julian, Drew's off to Stafford to meet a man who specialises in decommissioning planes, helicopters and weapons.
This business, from what I've seen of it, and the brief email we had from them, I said, you know, what have you got? And the listing of stuff that they had was breathtaking.
My name's Ian Dodds. This is Air and Ground Aviation. This particular division of Air and Ground Aviation is called VWIMNI. It's part of the disposal contract for the Ministry of Defence in the United Kingdom.
for the sale of surplus aircraft parts, land vehicle parts and associated material.
Spitfire.
Hi there.
Hi. How you doing?
All right. Ian?
Yes.
Hi, Drew.
Hi, Drew. Pleased to meet you. You all right?
Hi, Julian.
Hi, Julian. You all
Nice to
right?
meet
Welcome to Air and Ground.
Thank you.
We're going to come in and we'll get signed up.
OK, great.
So, here we go.
Wow. God, it's huge.
Everything in here is for sale.
It's extremely rare for a dealer like Drew to get access to ex-Ministry of Defence items like this, so he needs to make the most of the opportunity. But knowing where to start is a challenge.
Wow. Oh, what's these?
They're actually tail rotor blades off the Westland Lynx helicopter. These would actually be demilitarised before we'd sold them. We'd drill a hole through them so they could never be used on an aircraft again.
Sure.
We'd probably be selling those around the £40 to £50 mark, as they are, as is condition.
The rotor blades don't really do it for Drew, and with over 150,000 square feet of warehouse, he'll have to focus and work fast if he's going to cover the whole place in a day.
What's that?
I have absolutely no idea.
These cases, the cases alone are just beautiful.
Yeah, what we do with a lot of equipment is we'll take the original component out of it. That is actually a piece of peculiar test equipment. Scrap value is probably only worth about £5, if not less than that, although it is clean sort of stainless steel and alloy. But we're normally selling these from anything from £50 to £150 each.
Wow, look at this. This is like...
This is how you want our...
Look at that. This is what I want. This is what our place should be. This up and down and all those through there. I was directing planes then.
A lot of people buy these for converting for artefacts and...
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? They're great looking.
But something like that, we'd normally sell those between £150 to £250, depending on the condition and whether they're serviceable or not.
Per seat?
Per seat.
OK.
Drew knows his interior design clients will pay around £250 each for these 1960s seats.
Yes, they're good.
His strategy is to buy a few smaller pieces first, in the hope that Ian will give him more favourable terms on the big items.
These are quite good.
This thing?
Trolleys, yes. We've been using these as tool cases. Can you imagine all your tools laid out there, or if you're into discos or you're a musician and lighting rigs, I don't know.
It's nuts just trying to get your head around it.
We've been selling these up to sort of £250, £400, one or two we've sold, very good. And we've put some more in the lot.
No, it's great. I think I need a bigger van.
Yeah, and
It does look like a big sunbed.
And you can diverse. Yes,
it does, doesn't it? These are great containers, aren't they? Just ditch all that lot.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the type of test equipment and computers that are in there, it's so old.
So you could equip a small army. Wales are thinking of having a bit of an uprising. You spend about 500 quid here, well, you're in trouble.
Can you say? He's wearing it, he's bought it.
Yeah, nobody else is going to want to put the gob in there now, are they? You like that, don't you? You're right.
No. There's only one issue with wearing it. You can't breathe.
And you look like a massive pervert in it as well.
Does that light up your life?
Yeah, they do.
These lights will be very desirable to restaurant designers and could easily fetch £20 per piece.
Runway
Same sort of thing, runway lamp. £100 for the pallet.
Well, it'd be silly not to buy those,
to be honest, I think it'd be insulting if we didn't.
Yeah. OK, we'll take this pallet. £100? Lovely. Yeah, brilliant.
Here's another selection of runway lighting. They look fantastic in a restaurant, in your bedroom.
In your bedroom? Yeah.
No, no. I'm just, brothel.
Stop. Go.
Go, yeah. So does this go over the top of it? How does that work?
Actually, I'm not 100% certain. It's all part of runway lighting. I think this is actually the lens that goes over the lighting in the ground, so aircraft can run over it. It's very, very thick, won't break.
I tell you what, my dog bowl. You'd love that.
That's got to be worth £50 for an indestructible dog bowl, hasn't it?
It would need to be with Enzo. These are very cool. Like those a lot. They're like some sort of retro steampunk library ladder, aren't they?
Imagine them all polished up, or even left like that. I love these red rivets on there.
These are currently off the C130s we're refurbishing, but these are available for sale. How many did you want, both, or just one?
Yeah, how much for the pair?
I would say about £50 a piece, so £200, and I wouldn't sell them for less.
£50 a piece, £200.
It's massive.
We've got 4 in total.
Oh, I
sorry.
see. All right, OK.
Yeah.
Steampunk is a style based on the Victorian vision of futuristic technology, like H.G. Wells's Time Machine. It's very popular with interior designers right now, who would pay up to £140 each for industrial functional pieces like these.
Well, if I took all 4, 150?
Like I say, £200 fixed price. No, that's a bargain. If I told you how much just that piece there is worth, 150.
£50 for one of those? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, having them. Lovely. Thank you. Right, great. I'll have to get demilitarising. Super.
So far, Drew has found some unusual pieces of salvage, but everywhere he goes, he looks for one special piece that will amaze his customers. And it looks like he's just found it.
I want those. I really, really want those.
We don't actually have a customer for the propellers at the moment, so if it's something that you'd be interested in, we'd be quite happy to take these propellers off the engines.
They've got that percentage that just sets them apart from everything else. You can go and buy plain propellers. You can. You know, they're not uncommon. You can buy all of this stuff, but you can't buy any of those.
But if you wanted to buy the complete prop assemblies...
What, the whole thing, so it comes with this?
It comes with that complete unit.
So that whole unit.
So you're actually talking from this split ring forward. We don't have any stands for it, so we'd literally take them off and put them on a pallet. They are pretty big, as you can see.
Yeah.
But aluminium.
Yeah. How much?
We'd normally sell something like that at about £400 for a prop.
For the whole thing?
For the whole thing.
Aviation pieces like these are very decorative and could sell for up to £750 each.
If you want to take both of them, there's a deal to be done. We've got a customer for the engines. They don't want the props, so these are very rare.
The whole thing, I think, is quite interesting. Rare in a plain way, but I'll be selling it as a decorative item. So if I was going to buy a pair, I'd be thinking 400 quid for the pair is probably more where I'd want to be, and I'd take both.
What about halfway, £600 for the two?
I just can't do it. That's sort of, every time I look at something like this, a figure will always pop into my head. As soon as I'm interested in something, I think, what would I want to pay? I mean, both of them off with the nose cones. I'd go to 5, but I wouldn't pay any more.
OK, £500.
£500?
Job done.
Excellent. There you go. Bidding £500 for the pair. Got 'em. Deal. Deal of the week. Fantastic. Now I've got the 2 best pieces of aviation wall art out there. How cool are they? They're brilliant.
Now it's time to see if Drew's strategy pays off, and it's back to the chairs to see if he can get Ian to accept a lower bid.
These chairs that we mentioned.
This is the sort of thing you could buy today if you could afford to buy them.
I want them. I can afford it, but it's about spending the money in the right way. You know that. And you're asking how much each?
We normally sell these for £150 each.
But I'm buying quite a lot of things now, aren't I? And I'm definitely going to be back. I mean, you've so far sold me 2 massive propellers and 400 lamps, so, you know, I'm not messing about. With these, I'd really like to pay for 4, 300 quid. Wonderful. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Excellent. They're just super things.
So there you go, Drew. I think you've just about seen everything we've got. So when would you like to take delivery of your first aircraft?
Yeah, sure. If we can get it on the van, we'll buy one.
Slight issue.
Get the van in it.
Yeah, we put a few vans in it.
But look, thanks for showing me. It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
An honour and a pleasure to meet you.
Great.
Whilst the top gun of the salvage world is enjoying himself in Stafford, Wife Rebecca and sales manager Mark are holding the fort back in North Wales.
Drew's on a pretty long mission this week. Hopefully, if it all goes well, he should be coming back with a lot of lovely items, which means here we're going to have to get all the backlog sorted out, get the sales moving, move the items out, ready for his return. We're trying to work out the price per linear metre of this flooring. We bought it in square metres, and our customers are asking it in linear metres. That doesn't matter too much, does it? If you're laying a floor? Oh, if you want Pacific.
Yeah.
Pacific? Is that the right word? It's a Pacific. I haven't had a drink yet. I've got a sort of random selection of 5 3/4 to 6 1/4, but it's fine. It'll be all right. I think I'll leave the flooring to Julian. Come back, Julian. We've never asked for Julian to come back, have we?
That's a first.
It's a first.
But Julian is 200 miles away, driving from Stafford to a manor house in Greenham in Somerset. Big country houses are perfect hunting ground for Drew, as they usually have good quality furniture lying around in sheds and outbuildings.
This was Mark sending out flyers, wasn't it, that got us this next one?
Yeah, they came back to him, and he sort of decided to book it in because we were going to be close.
What's the place called?
Puffey Manor.
I've lived here for 18 years and we run it as a business. According to Christopher Hussey, writing in the 1920s for Country Life, described Cottey as the finest example of a small medieval manor left in the kingdom today.
I'm not sure about it, to be honest, because they're saying they've just got the odd bit to sell, but they've been doing antique fairs down here for a while as well.
So every trader and his man and
so everybody's
been through the place.
Everybody's been through the place. So I'm hoping it's not a total bust. They seem to make everything beautiful down here.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at this place. Hi, I'm Drew.
Marianne Ross.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hello. This is my daughter, Charlie.
Hello. Charlie,
Campbell.
hi. How are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah. It's Jules. It's come along with me.
Julian.
Oh.
How are you?
Hello. Hello.
Good to meet you.
Hello.
Fantastic place you've got here.
All this is 1480. It's almost as it was when it was built. So they say.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's absolutely lovely. I'll take it. It's everything. I think the British country house style has got so many things about it. It's lived in, and it's been lived in and lived in and lived in, and they evolve, but they never really change. And they get a bit crumbly and a bit saggy when they're covered in ivy, and you can't not be taken in by it. You really can't not be.
Mary Ann gives Drew and Julian the guided tour of the house, and it's full of unique and beautiful things.
Was this the chapel?
No, it was where, in medieval times, where all the staff would have slept.
Oh, that's a nice one, isn't it?
Do you actually want to sell it, Mum? Do you want to sell it?
What? I don't know anything about them, and I can't even remember how long I've had them.
That's a modern one, isn't it?
Yeah. These are the same as the ones I had. I had the paper tags on them, which I don't know if they were real, but it did look the part anyway.
Do you want to sell it?
Can I think about it for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Is
Sure,
that
we can come
all right?
back to it, yeah.
What about that? The
What?
cupboard?
No, that cupboard I keep. That's not old.
No,
I keep
not
my
old,
stuff
no.
in it.
Not for me.
Charlie would sell you absolutely everything.
She'd just sell anything, won't she?
Yes.
That door's quite nice.
The doors, very
Yeah, we'll have the doors.
Yeah, afraid not.
Come along in.
This is our little antique shop that we...
You sell some stuff from here?
Yeah, a little bit. It's our hobby.
Yes.
We like going junking.
We go junking 2 or 3 things a week.
Do you?
Yeah.
She says 50 till 50 and spend till the end. And I haven't
love
quite
that.
reached that.
So, God, loads and loads of Chinese chinoiserie influenced stuff here.
Bits and pieces.
Yeah,
just
loads of it.
odd bits and pieces. Do you know what this is?
No.
It's a little tear bottle, Chinese, so the lovers would send their tears to each other in it. Do you feel how heavy it is? I thought it was a snuff bottle at first, but I'm told that it's a
Oh, so you scoop your tears off?
And you put them in there.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. So where's the love of all this Chinese and Japanese stuff come from?
I didn't know, it just sort of came out of the air.
That's okay.
I like anything beautiful.
Yeah. They do make lovely stuff, don't they?
Wonderful things, yes. Absolutely amazing.
Well, that's lovely, isn't it?
Ah, yes. What do you think about that?
It's lovely, isn't it?
Do you think it's early?
I'd say so, yes.
Yeah. That's 1550, northern France.
Wow.
This is Iranian, 5th century BC.
Whose is this one?
That actually belongs to me. There's some debate as to its authenticity, but probably it's not 17th century, 19th century or later.
Week last Wednesday?
Did
you get this from, was this from the house?
I should think it's about turn of the century, 1890. Do you agree or not?
Yes.
I'm glad I don't have to push it round the garden.
Bit pricey for me at 150.
Would you make an offer?
Maybe. Trade price.
I know what I paid for it.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid...
Don't tell him.
Oh.
I'll go and stand over here.
How much?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
No.
This is your antique shop. This is your antique
Yes.
shop. You're in charge now. I'm the customer.
God, he's clever, isn't he? 140?
Keep going down.
No way.
Yes,
no
way.
Well, make me an offer.
100 quid.
I paid a lot more.
No, I think we'll keep it.
Yes.
The retail prices in this antique shop are too high for Drew to make a profit. If he's going to find anything today, it won't be in here.
We can show Drew the Aladdin's cave.
That's a good idea, but I think it's probably full of rubbish.
Why don't we go
no,
through the...
let's see. I'd love to see
Do you
anywhere.
want to go through the garden
Yeah,
or
that'd be
back
great.
through the house? Yes.
When they said, well, the only place left is Aladdin's cave, I was like, you're there, that's it.
This is Aladdin's cave, and, sorry. Oh, dear.
Don't worry.
I'm not sure that you'll see anything
you never know.
like in here.
You never know.
Maybe my expectations were high when they said Aladdin's cave, but no, unfortunately nothing in there.
Undeterred, Drew presses on and eventually finds a promising-looking shed.
My gosh, what a lot of junk.
You sure you don't want it all? Take it all. Well, there are some glass demijohns, or what are they called?
These would have wine and olive oil and things like that. The only thing in there was two little carboys, these two little bulbous glass jars in little metal carrier crates.
They're covered in bird mess.
Yeah, these are great, aren't they? The ones I've had have had sort of paper prints on the front saying olive oil, wine, that type of thing. So they were used for storage.
We could show you that one, but I'm
This
not
one's
sure.
a lot older, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. Nice condition, particularly one of them. They're not broken. No chips to the rims on the top of the bottle. Same size. And I like the little baskets they're in. Very lightweight, but they're unusual.
Carboys like these were used from the 14th century onwards to transport wine, beer and other liquids. These Victorian examples could fetch as much as £80 each.
OK, so what are they going to cost me?
Well, what do you want to offer?
As little as I can possibly get away with, to be honest.
What is that? No, I want you to make me an offer.
I can't be buyer and seller.
No, come on, Charlie.
Come on. You
God, I have no idea.
No idea.
That's
What would
why-
you be happy with? What would you be happy giving me?
150?
Because they're not the finest antique in the world, but they are.
No, they're certainly not. Oh,
Gardener, comedian. I was thinking a lot less. I was thinking sort of 40 quid.
No way.
I needed to, I think, lower Charlie's expectations, so I sort of chopped them right down to 40 quid, knowing that she'd go, what? But maybe we could start to get on a level where we could start buying them.
100 for the both of them.
100 for both of them. How about we split it at sort of 75 quid?
80.
80 quid. Thank you. No, we'll have those. OK. £80 for the pair, £40 each. Fine, I'll buy them. Still a lot for two empty glass jars in rusty metal frames,
but they're very good looking. They're a good size and they're a pair. OK, have we seen everything?
Well, not quite everything, but just about everything.
Everything that's for sale?
But
Okay.
I'm sorry that there wasn't more for sale.
Don't worry, don't
But
worry.
it's
not a
taken
problem.
nearly 100 years for me to collect all those bits and pieces.
I understand, that's fine.
Being-
But anyway, it was really
being
good
a
to meet
collector
you.
yourself, you'll
Yeah,
understand.
well, yeah, I don't collect much. Yeah. Good to meet you,
And,
Shelley.
You drive a very hard bargain.
Oh.
Nice to meet you.
You too. OK, thank you. See you again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. I have sort of not got what I've come for, you know, to buy two little things, really not enough.
I've just heard from Drew, and sadly, things aren't going well for him. He's not finding an awful lot to buy. He sounds very down. He misses not being at home. And all the expenses are just, you know, they're mounting up, and he's not able to put the stock in the van to bring home.
Rather than returning to Wales with just a few items, Drew and Julian press on further south to Dorset in the hope of salvaging this long trip.
Good morning. Could I speak to Mr. Chapman, please? Good morning, Winston. It's Julian. I'm with Drew Pritchard. We have spoken recently. We are in your area. Would it be convenient to call in today? Yeah? In the next sort of half an hour, 3/4 of an hour? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, OK. Lovely. Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Cool, he's happy for us to go?
He's happy.
Cool.
I'm Winston Chapman. I've lived here nearly all of my life, in Dorset, in West Dorset, and I'm a farmer.
And he does make cider.
Oh.
Yeah, his own cider. It's a bit early, but...
It's not?
No, it's not, actually.
It's not.
We're awake, we can drink cider.
But it seems that Drew's fame hasn't quite made it this far south.
Yes?
Hi, Drew.
Drew who?
Drew Pritchard, we spoke on the phone.
Oh, yeah,
Well, you
that's
spoke
right.
to Jules, you just spoken to Julian on the phone.
Yeah, I spoke to him on the phone. Hi,
Oh, yeah.
Julian.
How do you do?
Well, we're here about your call to us. I believe
yeah?
you've got some stuff in some sheds.
Well, I've got some stuff, but whether you'll like it, I don't know. But we can have a look.
Yeah, please, lead on.
OK.
Let's have a quick look.
Like country houses, farms often have outbuildings full of stuff that interests Drew.
Fab old building.
But farmers are a notoriously eccentric breed and often tricky to deal with.
So where do we start?
OK, you follow me in then. Well, this is the inside of the building.
Went into the first part of the barn and his son's using it for storage. There's some skittles he's been working on. Timber's that?
Lignum vitae.
Yeah.
So they make crown green bowls out of this, don't they?
Yeah.
At first, it looks like the shed has nothing of interest. But in true salvage hunter style, Drew spots something hidden in the corner that he suspects is extremely special.
What's that door there? That's been...
It was an old blacksmith's door from down in the village. And all the customers had their names burnt into the door.
And it's about as special as it gets. Antique doors like this are very popular, often converted into tables or panels. This one-off piece of local history could easily sell for upwards of £200.
So these are all his customers?
Yeah.
Any names you recognise?
Yeah, quite a few of those, yeah.
Happis, that's an unusual name. How old is this? What have they dated it to?
I would think it's around the turn of the last century.
Cop, Gardner, Manley, Cousins, Turner. What's that? Ratments. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. It's the sort of thing I'd love to have in the shop.
I'd like to sell it to you, but I can't let you have that one.
No. OK.
It's a blow, but the first rule of salvage hunting is to keep looking high and low. Eventually, it pays off when Drew spots some large baskets.
We use them for transporting a few chickens if we need any chickens.
I wondered what had been in them.
Yeah. Or duck.
But they have a certain charm about them. These ones are a little bit different to the norm because the name's across the front. So when you stand back from it, the lettering's quite sweet across the front. A little bit different. Would you part with these, Winston? These for sale?
I'd have to find something to replace them.
But the question is, are they for sale? So far, Drew has had no success in convincing Winston to part with anything. But surely a pair of old baskets he uses to transport chickens won't have any sentimental value.
I'd be interested to know those and any others of these you've got. As many as you've got, really.
Yeah, I think that's the limit of it.
Is that
two?
Just a brace. All right.
Vintage hampers are very popular with photographers and decorators. These early 20th century examples could fetch up to £120 each.
If they're for sale, what would you want for them?
I don't know. You make me an offer because you're the one doing the buying.
Yeah. What about 50 quid for the pair? That's pretty good.
Well, I think you could do a bit better than that. I'll have to work a bit of cider into you if you can.
You can try. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, show me the cider. Maybe £60, £30 a piece.
Keep thinking. Keep thinking.
Keep thinking. Am I getting anywhere near?
Well, a little bit more might be nice, yeah.
What about £75 the pair?
Give me a couple of minutes to think about it. OK.
Drew decides on a tactical retreat and lets Winston show him his pride and joy, the cider house.
Stubbs Arms.
Yeah. This is a cider room.
Wild Cider Perfection. Is that your own brand, is it?
Well, more or less.
The whole sort of feeling in the cider house is just great. It's somewhere you just want to hang out. You want to go and sit down there and have a pint of homemade cider, by the fire, listen to the radio and have some laughs. It just looks like a fun place to be.
Juice runs into there.
Yeah.
80, 90 gallons to about 120, 130 gallons on a squeeze.
Of proper Dorset cider.
Yeah.
This is about the most blokiest shed we've been in for a while, actually,
Yes.
isn't it? I want one of these.
The best
this
sheds
is
at the
brilliant.
bottom of anyone's garden.
You've got a brewery in your garden. It sounds like the best hobby in the world.
It's got to be, isn't it?
It's just
got to be.
It's not a hobby, is it? I suppose it's a tradition.
No, it is a very traditional thing, and there's not much cider made with straw nowadays.
But even the promise of super-strength cider can't put Drew off his game, and he spotted a gem.
Oh, this is nice.
That is nice, yeah.
This is good. Where'd you get this from?
I was hoping you weren't going to notice that one.
This is something I'd be really keen on buying.
Benches of this scale are rare and very saleable. Drew has recently sold a similar one for £1,500, so this is exactly the piece he'd like to take away with him.
Would this be something you'd be willing to sell?
It would be like selling a wing off an airplane.
Oh, really?
If I sold that, my life wouldn't be worth living.
That's a no? So, I'll get my coat. Finished.
Well, it's so comfy and it can tell so many stories, and everybody around here would kill me if I got rid of it, so it's staying, I'm afraid.
Once again, local history and sentimentality has stood in Drew's way. But rather than leave empty-handed, he has one last go at making a deal on the hampers.
What about these baskets? What do you reckon? We've got a deal. Can we have a deal on them?
What did you say? 100, was it?
No. The cider must be affecting your ears, Winston, to be honest with you. I think we went to 75 quid.
It was 100, wasn't it?
No, he won't. Trust me, he won't say anything.
Sorry, you're not going to pull me into this one. No, I have to work with him.
Yeah.
I'll split the difference then.
Go on.
OK? Split the difference between 75 and 100.
OK.
Roughly speaking.
80 quid.
85 then.
85 quid. There you go. Thank you.
Cheers, Dan.
Great stuff. All right, so we'll get that. Let's fill those baskets full of cider and get
Right.
Yeah, there's plenty of holes in the bottom. I decided to let him have them because I probably won't use the baskets, or if I do, I'll have to find something to replace them, which will probably cost me £85. Yeah, I took pity on him because he was really struggling.
Yeah, these are great. Really like them. The best. That's just that lettering on the front makes them.
Well, it's different, yeah. It's different to my normal mornings. Much more relaxed. Usually we're very busy, so this is like being on holiday. You blokes have it too good.
As they load up the van, Winston presents Drew and Julian with a memento, a sample of his homemade cider.
Winston.
Why's yours bigger than mine?
Well, some things in life are just like
something just like that.
Just born lucky.
Cheers, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Winston.
Okay.
I'll treasure this for at least till about 8 tonight.
All right.
Thanks a lot. See you again.
Yeah.
Take care.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
bye.
I want to go to one of Winston's evenings.
Yes.
Like more than most places I want to go. I want to go to one of his do's at night over there. When they get all that cider out in that little room. Sounds brilliant.
Sounds great fun.
Yeah, brilliant.
Back at base, Rebecca and Mark, unaware that Drew has only found a few items, are clearing the backlog of jobs in anticipation of a new van load of stuff. But renovator Gavin's mind is clearly elsewhere.
Wakey, wakey!
All right. So you lot boring me.
Right, we've just been walking around the showroom. We've got to get everything ticket and price ready for Drew when he comes back. What did he say he wanted doing to the pair of pillars? Cast iron pillars. He just said
Clean them.
jet wash and that was it, isn't it? Mark has offered.
I can do.
He's going to do some manual labour.
Do you want me to show you how to use the jet wash?
Yes, please.
I'll man the phones.
Is
And then I'll price.
the jet wash working?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Your wellies. Leaks.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It leaks all down your arms.
Yeah, that's right. I can cope with that.
Do you need a bath?
It's not Sunday, is it? It's not bath day.
It is. It's bath night tonight. Hey.
Sunday in Llanrwst.
Oh, is it?
Oh, is it?
With the whole team getting ready for an influx of new stuff, the pressure is on Drew to fill the van. On his way home from Devon, he takes a short detour to a legend in the salvage world who may just save the day. Based in the village of Old Sodbury, just outside Bristol, Jim Wilke has a passion for Land Rovers and vintage agricultural machinery.
Well, today we're down near Bristol, and it would be, I think, rude not to go and see Jim Wilke.
Okay.
Jim Wilke of Land Rover fame, infamous Jim Wilke, who started the old Sodbury Sort-out.
All right. This is Wayload, where we do lorry load weighing equipment normally, but we're also the home of the old Sodbury Sort-out, although we now go around the country with it. It started here, and what it is, people bring Land Rover fulls of junk, they load up their trailer or they load up the Land Rover and bring all the bits that are left over, because it's a funny thing, if you repair a Land Rover, you always seem to have a lot of bits left over.
Got to be worth calling in, and also I think he's a prolific hoarder of junk.
Hoarders may have lots of stuff, but as this week has taught Drew, getting them to part with their treasures isn't always easy.
There it is. Are you lost?
Hi, Jim.
Yeah.
My name's Drew.
Hello, Drew.
We've heard of you on the Land Rover Grapevine.
Oh, right.
I believe you run the old Sodbury Sort-out.
That's right, yeah.
So we were in the area.
Yeah.
And this pal of mine, Jules.
Hi.
Hi, Jules.
And, well, we just thought we'd call in.
Well, you've come to the right place. A lot of it sort of tends to hang around. I'm alleged to have put the old sod in Old Sodbury. So.
I'd heard that, but I wasn't going to say it.
No,
so you are the official, the old
yeah,
sod.
well, the sun's shining today, so the temper's good, so that's all right.
Okay. Well, are we okay to have a look around, yeah?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, great, OK. This has definitely got potential. It's off the beaten track. You can't see it from the road, so there's going to be a lot of stuff here that hasn't moved in years. You've got so much stuff in here. It's very, very light. How rotten. You're a proper hoarder as well. You know where you got everything from.
I have all this stuff. I like it, so I have it. It isn't everybody's taste, but it gives me pleasure, and I enjoy looking at it. I suppose at one level you could say it always talks to you. I do like somebody that does the job properly and is prepared to burrow. I was amused, actually, when Drew, just watching his back end as he went in there, it was just like watching a terrier going after a rat. The only thing he didn't have was a tail that wagged, but otherwise it was just the same.
Yeah.
Drew loves all old vehicles, and it's not long before he's distracted by something with 4 wheels.
I like this, Jim.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit different, isn't it? Well, as far as I understand it, it's either the French or the German version of the Alpine laboratory, because it was a Swiss Army tool for checking the Alpine avalanche risk.
FBW was a Swiss company making vans and buses from 1922 to 1984. This 1940s mobile laboratory is worth around £6,000 in its current condition.
It's just great looking, and the styling of it is superb. It's got a sort of slight Art Deco-y, jet age sort of style to it, which I think is really beautiful. God, no. Wow, this is fantastic, Jim. If I was going to buy this today in this condition, what's it worth?
Well, I suppose if you came in and weighed 5,000 at me, I would be tempted.
The interior is fantastic. The condition is amazing. Everything from the wheels. It's just a great-looking, big truck. And they've got the maker's mark here. There you go.
That's the coach builder.
That's what I was saying, yeah. Carrosserie, which is the coach builder. Lagenthal AG Lagenthal. I tell you what, they did a bloody good job, didn't they? It's incredible condition.
Yeah. If it went to an auction, I think it would make considerably more than that. It's that old thing of, you know, if somebody hit me on the right day at the right time, 5 might do it. If it went to an auction, I'd expect it to make quite a bit more.
Well, I can see it being used as a transporter for historic race car. I think it's got that written all over it.
A 50-year-old truck isn't really what the team is expecting Drew to bring home, so reluctantly he gets back to business. And refocused, the hunter turns up something that may just salvage the whole trip.
I like these old chairs, Jim. Right down in the back in the left corner, there was this stack of Cox chairs, which are the stacking chairs that everybody remembers from school, usually, with the little canvas seat and back. These seem all right.
Yeah. Well, they've been undercover most of the time.
These are sort of tenner-penny chairs. Just starting to be of interest to me for our sort of clients who are doing pubs and restaurants.
Oh, yeah, these stacking tubular ones, yeah. Yeah, there's a Land Rover connection there, I suspect.
Is there?
Because if you look, it's a Cox chair. Yeah. Well, Coxes used to make a lot of the seats for Land Rovers, the Range Rover seats. If you look, it's the same people that did the Range Rover seating.
Are they something you'd want to sell? They're stuck in the back of the shed there.
They could move on.
Yeah. There's some rust staining on some of the canvases on some of them.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I think there's 20. I'll go back in and count.
I think I'd be cautious about the canvas anyway, because you're probably as well to renew that, because it's only a sail-making job, because otherwise they give way.
British firm Cox designed their iconic stacking chairs in the 1930s. Chairs like this in good condition can sell for £25 each.
We need to put some weight on one and test it, really, don't we?
You're actually going to let me sit down?
Yeah.
Oh, happy days. Oh, I don't mind if I do.
Sit on both, because you are,
Rotund?
No, well, no, larger.
Slightly overweight, larger than the average bloke.
Are they making ripping noises? No?
I'll give it a minute.
Try that one. That one's rusty.
Oh, sorry.
You're not getting a rest, you're just testing.
Well, if you get the other ones down, I'll test them as well. Yeah.
These chairs are just the renovation project that Drew's looking for to keep Gavin busy for a few days. He just needs to get them at a price that can give him a profit.
What would you want for the 20, if they're all right?
I would have thought 150 would cover them.
There's about 25% of them are got some rust staining on the seats.
One least where there's a bolt missing as well, the fixing, but it's just an ordinary Whitworth screw goes in. I think they're Whitworth.
Yeah. So, 150 for these?
Yep.
Deal?
Deal. You're on.
Thanks. Cheers, Jim. OK, on to the next one.
Just as he'd hoped, this visit is paying off. Moments later, Drew spots something else.
What's that?
It's one of those.
Oh,
yeah. Is there a clue on it?
Yeah, I've just spotted, I think it's a lamp. It looks like a lamp.
Yeah, it's probably...
Novelty lighting sells well, and this medical lamp, probably from the 1950s, could fetch around £100 when rewired.
Look at that. Isn't that cool?
Oh, I get it.
Funky, isn't it? Would you want to sell that, Jim?
Yeah, I think so.
I've got no idea what it is or what it's for. It looks medical, vaguely medical, doesn't it?
does. It looks impressive, doesn't it?
Yeah, even though I have no idea.
I've no idea what it is either.
Quite.
And I don't know, I've no idea really what it's worth. What would you want for it?
I thought about £25 would cover it.
Yeah, I was thinking 20 quid, so what do you reckon? Can we do a deal?
Sure.
I reckon we do a deal at 20 quid, yeah.
Lovely. You'll have that. I've got no idea what I've just bought.
No,
Ollie will love that. It's good looking though, isn't it? Great shape.
It's a great looking thing.
Great shape. I love the bar thing on it. You can move it around. $20 for 150. Is that £7.50 each?
That's it, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
We found 5 more chairs to match the 20 we've just bought in the barn. They're in much worse condition, but they might yield some sort of good pieces to fix some of the other chairs. So we might get 20 good ones out of the batch. That would be great, a real saving.
When he's tidied them up, he will make sure they go to somebody that appreciates them, if only because they're the only people that will pay the price he needs for them. But they will be in good hands and they'll be kept. The bar's in there, you see, it's just a screw, yeah.
No, great.
You want a screw and you want a rubber washer in there. There should be a rubber washer between the...
Sure, we'll sort
seat and
that out.
canvas.
Any more there, Jules?
No, but if you take these off me, I will grab that torch off you and I'll have a gander under the stand.
And it's not just Drew who's on the ball today.
Jules, have you just dug this out?
Yes, mate.
That's in quite good nick, though.
These BP enamel signs are very easy to sell. Drew has an almost identical one for sale at £450.
What would you want for these signs, Jim?
I suppose you've got to be looking at 120 each for them.
What's the condition of the back one?
Well, they were tarred over, you see, to make the shed. So, you know, it's only as the tar wears away you realise what they are.
I think we'll take... Can we take this one for 100 and do it for 100?
No, I wouldn't do it for that.
No?
No. The trouble is, you know, with doing the sort-outs at Bewley, we see what they can command down there. So.
They can, can't they, these ones? Yeah, particularly in good condition. OK, look, right, let's take that one at 120. We'll take it. If I can pull this one out of here and it's not in too bad a condition, I'll buy this one as well.
OK,
That'll be all right. Jules! 120 each for those signs. You know, I tried to haggle him down a little bit and then I thought, no, I might just pay the guy. You know, that's a good price.
So, with his reputation intact, Drew calls it a day.
I found some good things here, some saleable items at great prices. Good contact with Jim. He now knows the sort of thing I want. Jim's just really amiable, you know, a lovely guy, not bothered about us turning up, freely giving his time for us. So, yeah, great, why not? I think we can load up now, Jules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly made a change from the normal routine and, you know, glad to see him because it's always nice when an enthusiast drops in and just as happy if somebody comes in for a natter and we spend all day looking at stuff and do nothing. But it's a shared enthusiasm. If nothing else, it validates your desire to keep the junk.
There you go, can you find somewhere for that? Jim, right. Really enjoyed that. Great. Thanks for just letting us turn up and wander around. It was really good.
I was going to say, I'm afraid it's disrupted your schedule a bit today.
It has a bit, really. Wasted half the day playing in trucks, but still. Not wasted. Not wasted.
Not a wasted time.
As long as you've enjoyed it, that's the main thing.
We had a great time.
Thank you, Jim.
OK, cheers then, Joe.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Have a good trip. Cheers.
Cheers, bye-bye. Well, that was worth calling in. Definitely. Yeah, for sure. I love wandering around all that stuff. Brilliant. He had it was a proper mess, wasn't it? He needed the old sod need sorted.
Well, yeah.
At least one member of the team is anxiously awaiting Drew's return, whilst the others rush to finish the jobs in time for his arrival. But will they think his trip was worth it?
Ta-da! So we've got another one to add to the collection.
Yes.
So we've got two now.
Same size. This one's earlier, because you can date them if you look down on the bottom there. This week, great. We found some super things. We had it all this week.
Great.
Good, huh? cock stacking chairs.
Oh, we have to guess.
Well,
it's a lamp.
It's a
Yes,
lamp.
it's a lamp.
That's fantastic.
Not as we know it. Would have been on a rod, right? See, so it screws in there. So a floor-mounted base, then a screw-in pipe, then that. Then that would have gone through there. So it turns. So it's directional like that.
That's fantastic.
It is,
Isn't it great?
Yes.
I loved it.
Cooling.
Yeah, I think it looks like something off Doctor Who. Don't you think so? It looks like one of those
I
heads.
suppose so. Oh, right, yeah. That's
I
I know
mean.
what you mean, now.
A few days later, and there's a delivery outside in the yard that's got Drew spinning with excitement.
And the best thing I've found in ages is these babies. These were something we bought in Stafford off the specialist guys there in Air and Ground. The good news is we sold them in less than 24 hours. They've gone. They've gone to a pal of mine, actually, who drove in, and he goes, God, I love those, they're brilliant, what do you want for them? And he gave me a bid, I said, yeah, yours sold. I think sometimes the first bid can be the best bid, and I just like, sod it, take the money. But they're really cool. I mean, look at them, they're the business, aren't they? When I saw them hanging up there, I just had to have them. We soon changed our minds about them when we went to unload them off the van, which took 4 of us 4 hours. For something that flies, these are seriously heavy pieces of kit. You can't even move them.
On Salvage Hunters.
It's either working or it's going to blow up.
Things could be getting explosive for Drew as he goes in search of crazy collectors with things to sell.
It's 100 quid a boat, and you can have the frame for nothing.
His own desire to collect threatens to get in the way of business.
Stop just buying cars.
Stop next week. Buy this one.
And leaves wife Rebecca less than happy.
And a Series 1 Land Rover.
Another car.
I bought a car.
Another car. How many cars can we have?
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
You have got the best place in the whole world.
He scours the country in search of weird and wonderful objects.
That's a mantique.
There's nowhere he won't go and nothing he won't consider. With help from his wife, Rebecca.
Yeah, he was telling me he drove in a tank. Now, if that's not midlife crisis, what is?
And a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items from junk to gems, which then find new homes in houses, bars, restaurants, or even lighting up your street.
Yeah.
Drew's reputation is built on his ability to source items that no other dealer will have. This means he has to constantly think outside the usual antique dealer's box. But there's one type that almost always comes up with the goods for him: compulsive collectors.
In my line of work, you do meet a lot of collectors of all sorts of things, really, and I've got several people lined up for items that I buy all the time because these collectors are a backbone of my business and I need them as much as they need me. Can't get over the weather.
It's following us, mate.
Accompanied by his trusty sidekick Julian, Drew sets off to meet a brand new contact who he hopes will become a regular supplier. They're taking a 5-hour drive to Portsmouth to meet a man who's turned his obsession with collecting into a business, supplying costumes and period weapons to film companies.
Good luck is following us, Julian. Good luck.
It's about bloody time.
Yeah. OK, so it's the right down here. What's this guy called?
Hamish.
We're theatrical armourers, prop manufacturers, costumiers, and we work in film, television and theatre.
Apparently that's it. Hamish?
Yes.
Drew.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Julian. Hi, Julian.
Hello, Julian. Do you want to come on in, have a look around?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'm sorry about the mess, but have to take us how you find us.
No, that's fine, no problem. Quite a mix.
Yes. We have equipment, clothing, armour, swords, shields, various kinds of props from ancient Greece, Spartans, right the way through the Roman era, medieval, through Victoriana, the Napoleonic Wars, World War I, World War II, the Gulf War, the Falklands War. This is completely different from downstairs. I've got, you know, a whole floor just full of uniforms. This is all original stuff in here. Here's a test for you. One of these is original, one of them's reproduction.
Oh, really? Original.
Correct.
Yeah, it was just the zip.
Yeah,
That's
good
the only
giveaway.
thing.
Yeah. Well, there's an A2 in extremely good condition.
original condition, isn't it?
And you can just see it had a painting of an eagle on the back.
Commonly known as a bomber jacket, the A2 was designed in 1930 for use by the US Army Air Corps. Vintage examples like this can sell for upwards of £200.
I've got a particular fascination with sort of Second World War American flying jackets. They're good looking, they're comfortable, and they're desirable, and maybe even me could look good wearing one. Can I try it on?
Try it, yeah. I was getting as excited as he was, and I was begging for that thing not to fit him.
It's too small.
Just so it wouldn't be so painful when I said, no, it's not for sale.
But just how cool is that? It just feels perfect, doesn't it, on? I really want one of these again. If I was going to buy the jacket, there's no way I could even deceive myself by thinking it was going to be a buy for the business, because it really wouldn't be. It's for me. Well, am I all right to have just a sift through then? And just, if I find something, I'll just shout out and say, what about this, what about that?
Yeah, yeah, just have a dig around.
Antique weapons are a very specialised market, and one that Drew usually avoids.
Walking around in his warehouse, there's boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff, most of it of no interest to me. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? You've got a fantastic stock of stuff.
But suddenly, he discovers something that does pique his interest.
Roman shields. Quite like these shields.
Yeah, sort of 19th century house decor.
Yeah, they'd stick this up to aggrandise the living room, wouldn't they? Either side of the fireplace, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Though not the real deal, these reproduction shields are just the kind of decorative item Drew's customers love and could bring around £100 each.
These have been, you know, on the wall of many a film set, and also, you know, with corporate functions when people are having a sort of medieval Christmas feast or something like that.
These are really quite battered.
Yeah, there's a couple of nice ones in there. The good ones, I should imagine I'd be able to get £100 for a good shield. The bits where they're damaged, you're looking sort of 30, 40 quid.
So you think you've got two at £100 each?
Yeah.
And then the rest are sort
probably,
of 30 quid.
Yeah, 30 quid.
So you're looking at 330, 360 for the pile.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Could we do sort of 275?
I don't like the number 5, so if we do 280, I'll let those go.
OK. Will you chuck in the two knackered ones for the bits?
Now, oddly enough, I was going to suggest that you took those. I know that if I took them out and restored them myself, made the repairs, cleaned them up, I probably would get more money than that, selling them individually. But the fact that Drew's happy to come in, take the lot, take them away as they are, yeah, it's a deal.
Hamish's collecting bug isn't just restricted to Militaria, so it's off to his farm to see what his personal collection may have to offer.
Just have a dig around in here, then.
And on arrival, Drew heads straight for something that he just can't stop collecting.
Just all landy parts in this side.
Yeah, that's a complete Series 1.
I'm looking for a Series 1 Land Rover. I want one. Did my best not to just, you know, drool all over it.
But his business head takes over, and he resists the Land Rover. For now.
There's some fairground stuff.
Is that what? Oh, I see.
Never been used.
Yeah. Well, they're quite good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the type that don't need an engine. You know, the children just sit on and pull on the
Pull the
string.
rope.
The whole thing's there. The frame's there.
All the poles, everything,
the
all
carriages,
supports.
the rope. Yeah, the whole lot. You just need to pull a few of these things out and you'll be able to have a look.
Yeah.
It was an old set of swing boats.
Vintage rides such as this rarely come onto the open market and can be difficult to sell. But the right buyer would pay around £1,800 for this pristine example.
You don't know anything about its age. Were you told anything by the people you got it from, how old it is?
These small rides for children, again, you're talking sort of late Victorian times, it became popular to have sort of kiddies' rides. It's pre-engine, it's pre-motor.
So how much is it for me to take a chance on it?
Well, there's 4 boats, so 100 quid a boat, and you can have the frame for nothing.
Jesus, that's really good of you. Gee, thanks.
Wait.
Well, the boats are bloody useless without the frame. Let's meet in the middle. 350?
Well, 350 for the frame, and you can have the boats for nothing.
That's a better deal.
Thank you.
£350 may be a lot for a ride that he hasn't even seen put together, but sometimes it's all about the gamble in salvage hunting.
Have a look in here.
And the fun might not yet be over. There's still another shed.
Swiss.
Swiss. Could that be sold?
Yeah, they can go.
Yeah.
Drew knows that decorative items like this Victorian copper lantern could easily bring £200.
This looks like it's made up of component parts. It's quite nice. I'd be looking for sort of, I don't know, 30, 40 quid for something like that.
Oh, God, yeah, that's fine.
That'll clean up nice.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'll definitely take that one. That's quite nice, isn't it? It's a charming little thing.
Children's toys are easy to sell, both to collectors and interior designers. This late 19th century example could easily fetch £160.
I think we can all agree that it's been played with.
Yeah, but not too bad. It's still got its ears. Price?
I think I'll be wanting to get like 50 quid for that.
It's got a metal head in there.
That's a good toy, and it is all there. It's not knackered.
Not going to knock you on the price for that. Yeah, we'll take
Always
that as
popular.
well. Yeah, for sure. No, have that.
But the child's toy only seems to remind Drew of the big boy's toy he really wants, and it's back to the Land Rover.
It's been partially disassembled, but everything is here. This is regularly started, so you only need to put the battery in and it will go.
It will go, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
A 1952 Series 1 Land Rover like this could fetch upwards of £2,500 in its current condition.
You've got the doors,
yes,
wings,
yeah,
bulkhead's all good. Windscreen is there.
Yeah, there, with the brown finish.
I've been looking for one in this sort of condition, ideally complete and running, for a while. What would you want for it?
Hamish clearly knows exactly what this is worth, and Drew knows it will be a difficult purchase to explain to wife Rebecca. His head is telling him to walk away.
What would you want for it?
Well, I mean, we all know that we can get a pretty good price for this if we continued and restored this.
Yeah. I can see nearly everything for it. I know it's got no hood. There's no hood sticks or anything here.
No, we haven't got the sticks for this
I'll
one.
take it away as it is. As it is, I'll just come here with a trailer and take it away. My whole sort of business plan and business brain has gone completely out of the window, and I'm just looking at it as something I want to buy.
I suppose £2,500 for it, because it's all there.
I'll pay you £2,000. I'll take it as it is. It's not a business decision. It's a decision of the heart.
Okay, you got a deal.
Right, cheers.
So it's Demons 1, Drew nothing.
At least we got the bolts. Probably the most important thing of it. Not going to go together without them.
And whilst Drew is doing the deal on the Land Rover, Julian is left to deal with the business of loading the dozens of pieces of the fairground ride.
Jules, we've got any over for these? Can you get those in? And that one, obviously, you know what it's like. Just be really careful with that.
All right, OK. All right.
I know, just we could wrap them and put them in the gondolas.
So Drew's bought a 60-year-old Land Rover in bits and a vintage fairground ride in bits. He can only hope that both gambles will pay off.
OK, we done?
Yep,
all finished?
all done, all loaded.
Yeah, cool. All right, cheers, Hamish.
Oh, it's a pleasure meeting you.
No, really good. Enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed my day as well.
Thank you very much.
I haven't bought such a weird collection of stuff in ages. Got a Series 1 Land Rover.
You got the toy you wanted.
Fantastic. Land Rover pervert strikes again.
No.
Back at base, online sales manager Mark, restorer Gavin and Drew's wife Rebecca are eagerly waiting to see what treasures Drew and Julian have brought back.
Fairground ride.
Really?
Yeah. No. It's a bit small, it's a kiddie one.
Gonna have a fun day now, then.
Ah. Drew Pritchard's Fun Day. Drew Pritchard's World of Fun.
You haven't seen it in full working order?
No.
No.
Are all the bits there?
It was underneath a pile of car parts.
Oh.
But by my reckoning, all the bits are there.
You've got to put it together,
You've got to put it together. 2 dead uns.
It's a shield.
What do you think?
Yeah.
No mention of the Land Rover so far. Maybe he's planning to use the shield as protection.
They're real.
He said so.
They're real.
Are all the bits there?
Yeah.
They're real. Nice, aren't they? Just be careful with a couple of the details needs to be tightened up on them.
Gaffer tape. Victorian gaffer tape.
I like that one.
Absolutely genuine.
I just thought they were good decorative things. I may be miles off and it may have given me some, I don't know, some drugs while I was there, but I think they're good. That's right, isn't it?
That's
very nice.
That's very, very, very nice.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Very.
All original, not been messed about with, glass in the base. You know, give it to Ollie.
They copy those now, don't they? We put candles in them.
Yeah,
That's what I
it's
thought.
all right, isn't it? 19th century toy horse, probably German. So I just thought it was lovely. Charming, isn't it?
It's absolutely
Can you manage that,
charming.
Condition's quite
Yeah.
good. You sure you're right with that? Go and get the trolley. It's quite
Is that from the
quite
same
collectible.
place?
Same place. We got that. We got the horse and the lamp.
Drew's been stalling, but here it comes.
And a Series 1 Land Rover. So should we get this off now?
And a what?
I know what.
Series...
I know she's doing it.
Well, to be honest.
A Series 1 Land
Another
Rover.
car?
Yeah.
Is that in a box in there, or is it a
No,
big thing?
no. It's really, really good. But all the bits are there. Just needs putting back together again.
Same as the fair ride, all the bits are there.
All the
All
bits,
the bits are there. Yeah, you promised me.
It wasn't that long ago. I was carting a Morris Minor up the M6. Am I dragging a trailer around the country again to come and get
No,
it?
I'll go and get it. Don't worry. It might fit in the back here.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's only a little one. 80-inch.
Drew may have dodged a bullet for the Land Rover, but he didn't get the reaction he expected from Rebecca and the team for the rest of the haul.
My only reservation were the shields. Drew's favourite saying is, trust me, which we do, and he normally is right. On a personal note, they were fine, but they didn't make me go, ooh, you know, they're great.
I do get a bit of a barracking from them when I've brought something that they're not sure of. But what I love is that always the first thing that sells, or it sells well, and then we have people asking for more. And I love it, because it just reminds them, know what I'm doing, get on with it. I can't wait to see the fairground ride set up, to be honest. It's so obvious, that's the one I want to see set up.
No, we're going to get Drew to test it out.
Rather than hang around, Drew leaves the shop to Rebecca and plans his next excursion to see what Britain's crazy collectors have to offer.
This afternoon we're in Norfolk, which is known for just being flat and farmland, isn't it, really? It's super quaint.
With no clear idea of who he'll be dealing with, Drew can only hope he finds something without four wheels to appease his wife and team back home.
We're off to see a guy called Nick. He's a property developer.
Basically lived in Norfolk all my life. I'm a bit of a collector of junk, general memorabilia.
And he's open to offers and deals on more or less anything and everything. So it just sort of smells right. It looks like somewhere I want to go.
And what Drew isn't telling Julian is that Nick also buys and sells old cars.
This is it. Wow. Oh, yeah, this is great. Perfect.
Hi, Drew.
Yes, Nick.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
And you. How you
Thanks
doing?
for coming up. Bit of a
No
trip.
problem. Oh, yeah.
Just hope there's something here of interest to you, really, so
Yeah.
I can show you around.
So where do you want to go first?
Well, shall we start on the outside and have a look round the store?
Sure, lead on. Let's do that first.
OK.
While the sun's shining.
At the start, I didn't know where to take him, where to lead him, perhaps to identify something he might be interested in.
No, all bust.
Firstly, if I show you a mould I've just found in a local scrapyard. It's basically a Lotus 30, but the only part we haven't got is the two doors.
Would have been fun.
Would have been fun, yeah.
Loads of fun. The mould is something I wouldn't want to buy. You need to get drawings and you need to confirm that is absolutely the right one. Because if it isn't the right one, it's worth nothing. Oh, we like those. They're very good.
These came from a property on the North Norfolk coast.
These are very, very similar to a pair I've got on my own house.
A pair of stone gateposts like these from the Regency period could easily sell for around £600.
They are really good and they're of good size. So they've come off a decent-sized house, not just a basic little, what we'd call a field post. They're the front entranceway, you know?
They're lovely. Are these something you could sell?
I've actually sold those on.
OK. Hey, you know, next time. That's a cricket pitch roller.
I think you're right.
That's got to be the width of the crease, hasn't it?
Yeah.
This would have had a seat, you know, those tractor seats on there with the name on the back, steel, a sprung seat, and you sit along there all day with the horse. Not something I could buy, though.
It's an old clawfoot bath. That's part of cattle feeds. They're really common now.
Really common. We cannot sell them. We had about 30 odd in the backyard, didn't we, at work?
Here we've got some old slate fireplaces.
Wales is full of these. So that was made just up the road from our shop. Have lots of them, so it's just sort of lying around.
Not something I can move back that way, then?
Definitely not. You'd have to pay me.
This is
turnstile.
It does work. I mean, when it was upright, it did work perfectly.
Yeah.
Manchester company Ellison's patented their rush-proof turnstiles for football grounds in 1895. A similar example to this one was recently offered for sale on an internet auction site for £400.
Was it something you want to sell, or what?
I'd sell it. I think, you know, make me an offer, really.
It sort of fits in with my sort of theme of things we do. It's an oddment. It can be used in a bar or a restaurant. It would just have to be cheap.
Yeah.
It would just be something cheap. It would be more or less scrap value, to be honest with you, because I'd just be taking a chance on it. So it'd be, as long as it's all there, I suppose it would be a 50 quid type of item.
50 quid?
I think that's really lovely.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
That's laid around for so long.
Might be an arse, but I need to have the
great.
big balls.
There you go. 50 quid.
Yeah.
Though Nick's yard is packed full, Drew is finding precious little to buy. Maybe things not exposed to the weather will bring more luck.
This is a clock came from...
I'm just going to light this.
You like that, yeah?
Yeah. That's good.
The guy I purchased the clock from was basically from the Yarmouth area, and he'd given me some indication that during a refurbishment of one of the stations in Yarmouth, that had been thrown out.
A station clock like this is hugely desirable to railway enthusiasts as well as designers and photographers. After a quick clean and new wiring, this clock will bring in close to £500.
Have you had it working? Have you noticed you've got a plug on it?
I haven't tried it. I mean, you can plug it in and give it a go.
It's either working or it's going to blow up. Yeah, that's working fine. Turn it off, turn it off.
Yes.
We'd be selling this on, so we've got to rewire it. People love to put those in their kitchens, and whenever I get one, it's sold like that, it's gone. I think I'd be fair with you. What if we said, really fair, £200?
That is being really fair.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
That is a
You happy with
fantastic deal. Thank you very much.
Probably going to leave it as it is. I like it as it is. We're going to check the electrics out, though, because they're a bit...
In this workshop we've got here, there's an old Land Rover.
Needs welding, yeah?
That's it. Yeah, they always tend to need a little bit of welding.
Every Land Rover I get needs welding.
So it's just bits and pieces, really, in here, unless you want to buy a boat.
Definitely not. Don't like boats, don't like the sea, don't like going in the sea at all. I think the sea's just full of things that are going to eat you. I like this, Nick.
Oh, yeah, the waiting room sign, yeah.
Depending on their size, antique signs can often fetch hundreds of pounds each.
I like the fact that all the letters are sort of not quite straight.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
a bit
that's
jumbled
just a
up,
bit
badly put on.
Ad hoc, aren't they?
Yeah, quite like that. Is that for sale?
Yeah, yeah. Again, like I said, anything's for sale, really.
What sort of price would you want for this? What would
Again,
you like
I
for
think
it?
I quite like the idea of you bidding me, and...
It's a good decorative piece for a bar, restaurant, clothes shop. How does 75 quid?
Yeah, that is definitely...
Is that all right?
Yes.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
thank you very much. I like that, it's cool, isn't it? I like this as well. It's a really early 19th century English strapwork gate.
Even simple iron gates are highly sought after in home restorations and can easily swing up to £150 each.
Nothing fancy at all, nothing grand, knocked up by the local blacksmith.
Plain looks good, though, doesn't it?
Really,
You
really
could see
plain.
it
It's
on
charming.
somebody's-
It's just, it's got a certain charm to it. And it's still got the little latch thing on there as well. A really charming little item, and I can sell that fairly easily, so
Yeah,
I'm
no,
really
it's good.
pleased
Well,
with that.
again, it'd be nice to see somebody use it again.
Oh, I don't... Go on, then. I gave you a bid on the last one. You tell me what you want for this one.
50 quid.
50 quid. Stick it on the van. Yep, we'll have
job.
that.
Thank
Yep,
you.
Thank you. Another one bought. Thank you. Cool. Lovely.
Drew's visit to property developer Nick has unearthed some good pieces for his business, but Nick also buys and sells old cars.
I've been trying to ignore it since I walked in here, the 2CV.
Oh dear, Drew's like a lamb to the slaughter.
Aha.
One of
This
my
could be
loves.
yours.
Oh, is it for sale?
It's for sale.
God, it's not, is it?
That is.
Another car in the offing and another chance for Drew to beat down his obsession. If completely restored, this iconic car could drive home a price of £3,000.
What state's the chassis in?
Well, that's good. You know,
Has it been patched over?
I think it's had an odd repair. I purchased a Citroen probably about 9-10 months ago. At one stage, I was going to give it to my son.
Let's have a look at the chassis. It's a great big sheet go right across the middle of the chassis, just a great big plate over the whole thing. The chassis rot like hell.
Wouldn't take much to MOT it, especially with the workshop here.
There's not many of them around. Some people hate them. I really like them. This is exactly the same as the first 2CV I had. I've had quite a few of these.
It's a 1986.
Two-cylinder. No, I do like them. I like the sort of peasantness about them.
Drew's car-buying demons are definitely back and have found a friend in Nick.
I've got to stop just buying cars.
Stop next week.
Stop next week. Buy this.
Buy this one.
41,000, I say. The mileage is original. Look at the condition of the interior. So what would you want for it as it stands, then?
I think probably as it stood, 750.
750, ooh.
With an MOT, £1,000. That's how confident I am. I wouldn't take that to put it through.
I'm tempted. It just seems it's just a bit too much money.
I'm sure there's nothing on it which will be detrimental. I think a gallon of fuel and a battery and she'll be away.
I do like the idea of driving it away with an MOT.
Yeah.
But I'd want to do that for 750 quid.
Yeah, well, that's a little bit too cheap for me at the moment, I think, yeah.
A bit too much.
I think we could do sort of 900. I'd split you in the middle.
What if I come up to 8? Are we getting there? Because if you're very confident it's going to sail through an MOT, you see.
The MOT itself will cost me £54.
Is that what it costs now for a test?
£850, and then you paid for the MOT at £8.
MOT'd. Drive it away.
Drive it away.
Another car bought, just what I need.
Excellent.
Sorry, I can't help it. It's an addiction.
So you're addicted to something.
Yeah, I'm addicted to rust.
Can't believe it.
I think that's what it is.
Current score, car buying demons 2, Drew still 0.
Some of the things today, perhaps I've broken even on. Odd one, I've made a slight loss, but a couple of the others I've made a slight profit. So overall on the day, I'm very, very happy. Careful with the cane.
Yeah, it's OK. Lovely, thank you, Nick.
And as they leave, Nick tips them off with the name of another collector in the area, who they plan to visit the very next day.
Yeah, thanks very much. Have a safe trip, and I hope tomorrow goes well.
Will do. Cheers. Thanks, Nick.
All the
See you
best.
again.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jules.
Take care. So, that was a good day. Enjoyed that. Yeah. Bought a little bit, paid too much for the clock. And the little sign, general waiting area. I could put that in the workshop. Waiting. General waiting around and Gavin and Julian having a fag area.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. The turnstile, was it heavy?
Strangely, yes.
I wouldn't know. As soon as I saw you going to load that, I thought, I've got some important business in the kitchen with a kettle.
As Drew and Julian finish up with their first collector, Rebecca is back home preparing a nice helping of humble pie.
The shields that Drew bought came in to the showroom on the Friday, and I'll eat my words, we sold one on the Saturday. Drew's won again. But anyway, so that's going into the new nightclub in Clanroost.
Clanroost is a small town just a few miles away from Conway, so Rebecca delivers the shield herself to landlady of Llewellyn's Bar and Club, Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
Oh.
How are you?
Thank you. Great. It's really good to see you.
And you. Drew
Well, that
sends
was
his
great.
regards.
Oh, how's it getting on?
He's all right. He's just busy. Bye.
Wonderful.
Where are you thinking of putting it?
I don't know. I thought on the stone over there.
OK.
You hold it for me.
Yep. Here, have a look.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, that'll be OK, won't it?
Fantastic.
Oh, that looks
look
great.
good?
Yeah, I think that's going to be good.
Fantastic. So why is Drew still on a mission to look for armour?
I've always got on a mission for something, haven't I?
Yes.
The theme is Llewellyn, so it's the great King Llewellyn, because
He's connected to this town.
Yeah.
So he's looking for shields, if we can get them with that sort of heraldry on it. Anything really that's connected to Llewellyn.
If I can leave the shield here, is that all right?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. It looks rather nice on the red, actually.
It does, actually, yes.
Yeah.
Drew and Julian are on their way to Great Yarmouth to meet their second collectors of the trip, Ernie and his wife Karen, who run a very unusual museum.
Obviously, we're a herring museum and gift shop and everything else as well, so people can come in and see everything being made from start to finish.
If we had to replace anything around the here, we had to a rib of an old ship or something like that. You know, you couldn't put a new piece of wood in anywhere, so had to come from underwater at sea.
As well as all things herring, the place is filled with marine treasures, many of which keen diver and beachcomber Ernie has found himself.
Well, this guy today has got for sale, he's got a museum of all things, herrings.
Fish.
Herrings. No? Is herring kipper?
Yeah, smoked herring is a kipper.
It's a kipper?
Yeah.
Thought so. Now, kipper I like. Hi there. Is that Karen?
It is, yeah.
Hi, I'm Drew.
Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you.
Karen is Ernie's wife. Met her as we first got there because Ernie was doing an art class. So we're just going to hang around, wait till he's finished doing that.
Amazing place you've got here.
Yeah, it's lovely. This place is an old herring curing works. It's roughly 300 years old, and it's all made out of old shipwreck timbers, and we actually back on to the old medieval wall of Yarmouth, which is 700 years old. Ernie, my husband, does all the paintings and carvings.
Looks like somebody we know. It does, actually. It does.
You're not a fisherman, are you?
No, strangely. No, it's a fisherman's friend. It's a bizarre place, the inside of the museum. It literally is where they smoked the herrings. So every time you look up the sort of 20, 30 feet above you of these little bars where they'd hang thousands of herrings to smoke. Is there anything in here that's for sale, or...?
Yeah.
What, everything?
Yeah.
Everything. So everything in the building is for sale? There's nothing off limits?
Not really, no.
Karen is willing to show Drew around, but she can't sell anything until consulting with Ernie, who has an attachment to his entire collection.
I'd like to sell, because with the money we could have more holidays and a little bit more time off. This one came out of a dike. Was that way up in the mud, so obviously the top's well preserved.
Yeah.
But then the bottom, because it'd been up with the tide going in and out on it in the dikes, the bottom had rotted away, so we had the bottom repaired, which was very, very expensive to get the same wood.
Sea trunks like these were used in the 18th century by sailors as a place to keep their possessions. Values vary enormously, but a rare example like this could fetch around £1,500.
Is that real?
Yes,
That
oh yeah,
checks
yeah.
out, yeah?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because this carving here is, I would say, older, and then plus, see that bit there?
Yeah.
That's just different. It's obvious. It sort of jumps straight
Yeah.
out at you. Is this something that's for sale?
I think so, yeah.
Karen would love to sell off the old trunk and buy some new rolling luggage, but she must still wait for Ernie.
That's the skull of a whale.
That's right, yeah. Still got the blowhole in it.
Blowhole of a whale there.
It's called the lucky seat.
The lucky seat?
Yeah. People sit on there and hope to win the lottery. Yeah.
God, yeah.
Most of the stuff we've got in here has come up with a herring.
I've seen a few of these old church pews you've got around as well, so do I need to talk to Ernie about these as well?
Yeah.
Yeah?
This could be a great find. 19th century pews made of pitch pine are quite common on the salvage circuit, but an 18th century oak version like this is rare and could easily bring in excess of £400.
How many have you got?
3 that size.
You've got 3 with this carving on the ends.
I don't know if they've all got both ends. This one has, yeah.
Yeah. They're actually sort of single-ended more than anything, because they're this is the side that's been against the wall.
Wall, yeah, the church, yeah.
Yeah. They're a good size, and the carving on them is quite nice.
Yeah. I don't know if all 3 are like that. I know that one is. That one is. I think the one outside's not as good. I think that one there's a bit longer.
Get a better look at that end. There you go. How's that? Did you say you had more of these?
Yeah, there's that one in there, and there's another one outside.
One outside?
Yeah,
OK, we can see it in the light a bit
Yeah.
better. So you want to put this one back in, Jules? I'm assuming this wasn't driftwood.
Definitely not.
Where'd you find these?
They come out of a local church.
No. I'm going to have a quick look at the other one while I'm just stood there, just to try and remember the shape, to see if they match or see if it's 3 odd ends.
That's one ended, yeah?
Yeah, single-ended as well. Do you want to lift that down? I'm trying to see the 2 together. Yeah, which is quite normal, is the carvings on the ends of these pews, the little fleur-de-lis on the end, are different. And that is normal.
Yeah.
So not each pew's individual, but there's just slight differences between them. OK.
That end's not very good on that one.
Ah, yeah, that one's... Oh, dear, yes.
Yeah.
You got a dose of worm?
It's got more than a dose of woodworm.
Was it? Oh.
That has, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. They've eaten it away completely. That's beyond help. We'll maybe do something with the top, but the rest of it's beyond help. So I think we're down to 2.5 pews.
So far, Drew has spotted several items he'd like to take home, but experience tells him that collectors are notoriously difficult to deal with, and Ernie is still nowhere to be seen. Frustrating, as there are treasures everywhere.
Is that the coat of arms? Coat of arms for the town?
Yeah, and this is one we think came off the Wellington Pier when they were taken to pieces.
So you got this from the seafront, from the...
Yeah.
Did you salvage any other parts? Anything else come from there?
Well, there's lots of bits and pieces sort of turn up, but the one we have got we use as a water fountain, which is one of the terracotta urns that were all the way along the seafront years ago. They're all gone now.
Drew has a suspicion that this could be a rare Victorian terracotta urn worth thousands of pounds. He snaps a photo and sets the team back home sleuthing.
Good morning, Drew Pritchards.
Oh, hi, it's me.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi. I've just sent some pictures through.
He wants us to find out a bit more about it.
Is that right?
There we go, yeah.
Have you managed to look at the bit, you know, the ropes wrapped around the bottom?
For the maker's mark?
Yeah.
OK. Try it now.
All right, mate, I got it.
Pissed off being there now. That's the pier cap it's been sat on.
Yeah.
But there should be a base, a little square base like this that would have sat on top of that. Is that still attached to that urn?
Couldn't tell you.
OK. So if we lift it...
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look?
With a square?
Yeah.
OK.
1, 2... Watch your back!
No.
The urn I found in the corner there is a 19th century one. It's a tarza urn, highly decorated, terracotta. It would have had a base section to it, a small square plinth base. And then as the body comes down and underneath the body, there's the socle, which is the section that attaches to the main body of the urn.
No.
Nothing?
No.
OK, watch your fingers.
No. It goes from there to around.
There's a piece missing.
About that bit, yeah.
There's that piece, then there's a socle that comes down,
yeah.
Then there's the base,
then
and
it
then
fits
that would have
there.
sat on
There's a
that.
square bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what's missing?
What?
The base.
There's no base.
There's no base.
Are you going to buy anyway?
No.
There's no base.
I said that. That's why the rope was wrapped around the bottom. So we've been...
I know.
Half an hour.
Should I charge you by the hour?
Yes.
OK, should we carry on?
Back through, yeah?
Yeah.
Back through.
Okay.
Finally, Ernie shows up, and Drew hopes he can begin negotiations with this compulsive collector.
Hi, Ernie.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
All right, yourself?
Good, good.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, all right, mate.
Hiya, you all right? Julian.
We've had a good look around. I know you've been busy, so there's a couple of things I wanted to ask you about. Whether they're for sale, and what you'd want for them. Sometimes people, when they come up to you first, are very much on the defensive when you're trying to buy something. So it's best to try and get to know them first. We're not going to have that opportunity with Ernie. It's just straight in, and I want to buy that, and this is how much. Sometimes tricky.
The box.
Yeah, I like this.
You like that? Yeah, let me get the other ending. That's a heavy old job, that one, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. That's a lovely old box, that. Cool, I've had that, what, 30 odd years, I suppose, have we?
Yeah, I said
something
that.
like that. Steel work on the back's lovely, isn't it? Got attached to it over the years, to be honest with you.
So
but,
is this something for sale? Is it not for sale?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose if the price was right, you know, I might sort of consider it, really. But
I think I know what you're going to ask for it.
a couple of thousand, something like that.
Mm. It's such a lovely thing to own. But at £2,000, I can't buy it.
When it comes down to the artefacts, and especially if they mean something to him, then I wouldn't even propose to put a price on them. He has to do that himself, because whatever I put on him, he'd say, well, I wouldn't let it go for that, so...
Well, you're too cheap, you see. You tell them too cheap. You know, you got to, you know, swing it a bit.
The other thing that I'm interested in is this church pew here. You've got 3 of these. Yeah. They are, unfortunately, they're great. I really like them, but on this end of all of them, that's been against the wall, and you can see where half of the carving was never there.
No.
That was designed to go flat against the wall, and then the plaster was there. But what I was wondering, what are they for sale? And if so, what would you want for them? Say for these two, so it's for the two good ones, and then there's a sort of the restoration project outside. So just wondered if you had any idea what you'd like for them.
Never thought about it. I didn't think for a minute you'd pick on all the other stuff around here.
There's so much stuff here. I know to pick a church pew out of a herring museum.
That's right,
It's a little odd, I know.
Couldn't say, really. What about you, girl? You got any ideas?
Would you want me to give you a bid on them, then?
Yeah,
That make life easier for you?
Yeah, we'll start from your end.
If these had the carvings to both sides, we'd probably pay about £250 per pew, because they're just a huge difference. But that makes a massive difference. So what I'm prepared to do is £100 each for these pews, and I'd give you £50 each for the £50 for the restoration project and any other pieces that you have. But that is a restoration project. I'm going to have to probably spend 100 on that one to make it structurally sound.
You mean the third one?
The third one, yeah. So it'd be 250 for the 3 pews.
Right.
Up to you.
For 250 quid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't match up.
That wouldn't go?
No.
OK.
I just tend to think of all the people that are sat on it and things like that, you see.
OK, well,
and
let's...
again, there's a bit of history. We ain't doing too good in the way of selling it, boy, I know.
So what would you be happy with?
What would I be happy with? I don't know. I tend to think I'd been happy with 300 quid for each one. You know, maybe it's a bit too far out. That's a bit steep.
It is. Yeah. What if I said we'd go for the 3... Can we do 350?
What, for all 3?
Yeah.
No.
Tell you what, then.
Go there.
350 and you keep the one outside.
350. So it's 100 and...
175 a piece. Is that giving you a bit of a profit on them?
Yeah. Nah.
No.
Good enough. No.
Ernie is tough to deal with, and the price is the price, and it's going to be tricky to move him.
I can't give you 6. I can't give you 600. I can't give you 600 quid to them. I'd like to buy them. I do want, because I know eventually it's all going to come on the market. So, and I don't get into this neck of the woods very often.
Well, thinking about it, I don't know. It's hard to part with these things, you see.
There are some things that Ernie won't part with. It'd be like cutting his left arm off, but I definitely would.
I'll tell you what. I'll keep 2. You buy that one.
OK, what do you want for just the one then?
I want 250 really, but what do you reckon?
230.
230.
230, and that's it. Top dollar. I'm going to make like that much. That's it. There's just a little bit in it for me.
Yeah, no. Do I believe that? Don't know.
Deal.
230.
230.
All right.
Lovely. Nice one. Thank you, Ernie.
Good.
Right. Let's get her outside. Ernie, we're done.
OK.
Oh,
we're gonna
lovely.
Get off. Anyway, look, really nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to meet you too.
Thanks for all the tea. Ernie, been a pleasure.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you.
Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Okay, go, pal.
Cheers, mate. Interesting place they've got there.
Yeah.
Ernie and Karen, they were nice people, weren't they?
They were nice people, to be honest.
Ernie did have a striking resemblance to a purveyor of extremely fine fish snacks. Do you not think?
Yes, he did, actually.
I think he's probably a captain.
Do you reckon?
Yes.
You think he's a captain? Wow.
Oh, dear.
Though the Herring Museum provided only one catch for the crew back home, Drew is heading back with a good haul from a 3-day road trip and a nervous announcement for Rebecca regarding his growing collection of cars.
Lots of nice new stock. You like this?
It's very nice.
That's the sort of thing. There's hardly anything, if anything at all, to do to that. Take all the old bits of wire off it and just give it a very small clean. I don't really want much done to it at all.
One of your customers might be interested in that for a restaurant.
Oh, brilliant. OK.
Yeah.
It's not heavy, Gavin. You all right with it? I know we've got hundreds of pews in stock, but bought this one. It needs work to this end, as you can see. This came out of a herring museum.
Herring?
Herring.
Fish.
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 Herring the bird.
Heron. I thought you said heron.
Flying fish. I know we've got, like, what, 300 pews in stock?
Yeah, but not like this one.
No, it's just a nice one. It's got a bit of age to it as well, particularly to the ends and the back. Maybe the seat's been replaced, but it's quite an early one underneath all that.
How old?
1700s.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Great. Put on the shop entrance.
Yeah. We should charge admission,
And
shouldn't
charge
we?
admission.
North Wales' only free museum. Yeah, it needs a little bit of work, so we'll leave it straight out of here. It'll go to Paul, get it welded up.
Yeah.
Just got a little crack on there.
Oh.
What do you think? Just a clean, got a little bit of a chip in there, Gav. So just a wash and a little dab of paint, and that one's ready to go. The best thing we got was this. 24-hour electric clock.
Fantastic.
Lovely. It works. I'm just deciding whether to leave it in the paint, strip it, or polish it. I'm not sure what to do with it yet. Really don't know. What do you think?
Just leave it in the paint.
Think so?
Yeah.
Need to rewire it. I just need to check the wiring on it.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
It works.
At least if it works, that's the biggest problem.
It works, but it's not so clever, the wiring is. So what I'd say is let's not plug it in. We know it works.
We've got time to do that.
We know it works. We've seen it working. All straight to you, mate.
All right, nice one.
And that's it.
Really? Wait for it.
Oh, yeah. I bought a car.
Another car?
Yes.
What's
It's a
the
good
name
car.
of
It's a Citroen 2CV. Coming with an MOT. It's low mileage, really original, great condition. It's just desperate for a clean and a polish.
How many cars can we have?
We'll put it in the shop. It's only teeny, so we'll stick it in the shop and get it sold.
I dread the day that our yard at home ends up looking like some of the yards Drew's described to me that he finds when he's out on the road.
Should we have a cup of tea?
Keeping clear of a domestic, restorer Gavin gets to work on the 18th century pew from the Herring Museum.
This side would have been into the wall. So we just have to make the best of what we can out of it.
Oh, that's all right. That's as good as it's going to get. It's not bad. I definitely think it's got more age to it. This here, see the way that narrows down there. I think we'll go with mid-18th century.
And it's just a matter of days before the items begin to sell.
The clock's been collected in the morning, and it's on the way to Torquay, to a private residence. And there we go.
It'll be a while before Drew can take delivery of his prized 2CV, but he's more than happy to make do until then with his purchase from Hamish.
I bought recently a Series 1 Land Rover, and today we've brought it up here to see a friend of mine, John Craddock, to get it valued. John Craddock is Mr. Land Rover.
That's a late one, Drew.
Yep.
52, 53.
It's the moment of truth. Has Drew's love of cars overtaken his business instinct?
Aluminium bulkhead.
Yeah.
You don't see many of them. God, that's beautiful. I've never seen one that nice.
Really?
Really.
Didn't know it was that rare.
They only made them in 52, late 52, October, November.
Wow.
They are very, very desirable.
Rebecca is intrigued to hear John's evaluation. Will she be eating another slice of humble pie?
Chassis is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got an engine that runs, bolt the wings back on, bit of welding on the front dumb irons. You put that back together, it's got to be worth 2,500, I'd have thought. But that bulkhead, that's where the money is.
What's it worth? I mean, I'm not going to take it off, but...
I could see that bulkhead making £1,000.
Fantastic. I can't wait to get it home and start messing around with it over the weekend. I just can't wait and go to the garage and just go into full Land Rover world and start tinkering and messing with it, and just that's the fun. For me, that's the fun. That's the bit why I like these old cars. It's like I can go in there and do it myself. Don't trust me.
We do trust you,
How
we
much
do.
stuff do we sell a year?
A lot.
Thousands of items.
A lot.
Who does all the buying of these items?
You, darling.
Yes. OK, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So who's right and who's wrong?
You're right, darling.
Thank you very much.
On Salvage Hunters.
Through here? Yeah, front door.
Drew's search for the rare and unique takes him inside Britain's finest homes.
Check that out. Not bad, eh?
And when it comes to bagging some country house prey, he soon finds that the female of the species is definitely more deadly than the male.
1,500. Come on, Drew. Final offer.
Yeah, I'm not going to come between a man and his wife.
But can Drew work his charm, or will this hunter be returning home empty-handed?
That's it.
A table.
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Hello. You have got the best place in the whole world.
He scours the country in search of weird and wonderful objects.
That's a mantee.
There's nowhere he won't go and nothing he won't consider. With help from his wife, Rebecca.
Yeah, he was telling me he drove in a tank. Now, if that's not midlife crisis, what is?
And a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items, from junk to gems, which then find new homes in houses, bars, restaurants, or even lighting up your street.
Yeah.
There are well over 1,000 stately homes and country seats in Britain, and if he had his way, Drew would visit all of them, not as a sightseer, but as a salvage hunter.
Country houses, their outbuildings, their stuff is of superb quality, and I absolutely cannot wait to get there, really. Go on, Ed. Come on.
With his trusty sidekick Julian, Drew heads out on a country house marathon. First is a 5-hour drive to Devon, to a grand country home long owned by the family of Francis Fulford.
My name's Francis Fulford, and this is behind me is my house, called the same name as me, Great Fulford, and we've lived here for more than 800 years.
Today is going to be an interesting one. We're going to see Francis Fulford. His family have owned this house since, God, 11 something. Oh, Christ, yeah.
Fulford not only has a great home, he might just be Drew's favourite kind of aristocrat.
And he's skint. Generally, yeah. And loads of these lords and ladies are broke. They've got no cash because they've got these fabulous houses, and nobody realises it costs £100,000 a year just to keep the thing stood up.
Yeah, true.
My gut reaction is he's already flogged everything because he's skint. The stuff that's been in the family for the last 200 or 300 years, he's not going to want to sell it. So it could be a total bust today. Aha, here we are.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Wait till you see this place.
Oh.
Ta-da! Check that out. Not bad, eh? Hello.
Often with big country houses, Drew is only given access to the sheds and outbuildings. Whilst these are usually good hunting ground, it's inside the house where he really wants to be today.
Pretty damn impressive, yeah. Hi, Francis.
Hi.
Drew.
Yes.
How you doing? We spoke on the phone.
That's right. And what are you, hired hand?
I'm the hired help, yes.
Yeah.
You do the heavy lifting. Right, come on in. What do you want to see?
Everything, to be honest with you. Anything you've got for sale, particularly things in the house.
But after a tempting glimpse of the inside, Francis has other ideas and takes Drew straight outside.
We'll go and duck and dive into some of the old buildings I've got round about, which are full of bits and pieces which come out of a house. Fingers crossed, we might find something you want.
OK, so where are we going? Up here?
Yep, straight across. We've accumulated a load of clutter and junk, and some of that junk and clutter is scattered around the buildings and the yards which adjoin the house. Lead on through those portals and mouse around. Don't worry if an odd bird disturbs you.
These carvings are nice, aren't they? These are good, Francis. Where did these come from?
They came out of a ballroom about 1690, I suppose. When you inherit a house like this, people often say, what are you trying to do? It is inevitable that every now and again you want to clear some of it out, and sometimes it does clear out. But sometimes things just go on sticking there. One day I'll put them back.
These aren't for sale?
I don't think they're for sale now. One day I have my ambitions. I'll use them again.
Yeah. Oh, they're good. I like these. Underneath the table, there was a pair of cloches, and what I like about them is they're a pair,
And the colour's good. He's painted over the top, and it's old paint as well, which I like. So these have come off the estate, have they?
Yeah, they've been here all the time. It's basically a portable greenhouse, isn't it?
It is.
Cloches, French for bell, are used to extend the life of plants by keeping the frost away. Drew could easily sell these Victorian examples as interior decorative features for around £300.
They're in really nice order, mostly original glass as well. I think we've only got one break there. Is this something that you'd consider letting go?
Yeah, I'd consider accepting an offer for that.
How much would you like for them? What do you reckon?
I was expecting you to make me an offer and start from there.
OK, all right. I thought Francis was going to be really tricky, and I thought I'll go in with an OK price, but, you know, a little bit cheap. 150 for the pair?
Yes, I think that'd be fair.
Bit of luck. Fantastic. He's happy, I'm happy. I thought you were going to put up a fight. Thank you.
No, I won't put up a fight if it's a fair offer.
Great, OK, and I'm really happy with those. That's fab. OK, so I want you to tell me the really good stuff in the house, you see. That's what I'm after.
But Francis still isn't ready to let Drew loose on the inside of the manor. Instead, he wants to show him another piece of the house's past, a man trap.
My God, look at this, Jules. That is to trap a man and take his leg off, or at least make sure he doesn't run away.
It's illegal to set a man trap, but they can be bought and sold, and they're growing in popularity. An example like this can sell for anything up to £1,000.
Have you ever had this working?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
It'll take two of you to set it.
I'd take your leg off.
I would take your leg off.
Just press that. That drops down. Watch yourself.
Yeah, that's done, actually.
That's it.
Yeah, I know what it is. My finger's in there as well.
When I got burgled at the shop, I'd have loved to have a couple of these lying around. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just vicious. What a thing. Oh, God, imagine. And you couldn't get out of it either, could you? Because you couldn't push both sides down.
Much calls for them up in Chester, do you think?
Yeah, North Wales, very popular. Yeah,
Would it be?
Everybody wants one of these.
I didn't understand why he didn't want to make me a generous offer.
We'll leave it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the offer. OK, so where I really would like to see is inside the house.
Where quite a lot of stuff is stored and has become a repository, if you like, for defunct bits of kit.
OK.
So we'll go and have a look in there.
Yeah.
And we'll see if anything takes your fancy. We'll go through the Great Hall.
Finally, Drew is into the inner sanctum, but he needs to keep his fingers crossed not only for a good find, but also for the approval of Mrs. Fulford, who Francis must consult on most buys.
Everybody's got a wife who says, oh, don't throw that away, it might come in useful sometime. So put it up in the loft and I'll get round to mending it one day.
You dream about getting into places like this and being allowed to buy things. And it's a privilege, you know, you don't get into these places all the time. There's different ages of panelling all over the place.
Oh, there's different, yeah, what we think happened is they probably picked up the panelling from around the house in about 1690 when they were having a sort of a rush of blood to the head and spending money.
These are lovely.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous. Love those. Really beautiful. Like this. Would this be something that you'd consider
well,
selling?
I might do. I'd have to consult with my wife on that matter.
OK. There's another one over here as well. Would this be something you'd consider getting rid of?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Period furniture is very popular with designers and decorators, and even in this state, Drew can sell them for around £300 each.
It's well made, it's got great proportions, and it's just beaten up enough that you just got to fall in love with it, really. Must be something I'd be interested in, for sure. Do you want to give me a clue what you'd like for it?
Well, I was thinking about sort of 150 for that.
Yeah, I was thinking about exactly the same figure.
Well, we really?
Yeah,
okay.
we were. No, I'm happy with that. No, I'll take that, Francis.
It's going to find a far better home with Drew and with who he sells it to, but if it had stayed here.
Another beautiful day.
Oh, we could do with rain.
Just as he's leaving, Drew finds a rare 19th century granite trough.
Nice big trough.
Popular with garden designers, depending on age and size, they can sell for between £300 and £500.
The method of making a trough like that has probably not changed since the Iron Age.
Is this something you'd sell as well, Francis?
It would be something at the right price, yeah. I mean, they fetch a price now.
They do. Have you got anything that would lift it up? Have you got a tractor? No.
I haven't got a forklift, no. I suspect if you tip the farmer up the road a few quid, he's probably got a forklift, and he'd come down and move it for you.
It's generally in good order. Sometimes they're broken or they've been drilled for holes. There should be a water hole here somewhere. There you go. So it's been drilled to let the water out there. What would you want for it if we were able to move it?
I'll be looking at, I don't know, 220, something like that.
Well, I'd take it for that if we could pick it up.
While Drew waits for a farmer and a forklift, he and Julian prepare the trough for transfer. Meanwhile, Francis goes to consult with the missus.
Sorry.
When Francis comes back, he's clearly got something on his mind.
Drew and I had done a deal, but unfortunately, as in most things, there's a third party to be involved in this, who came raging down like the Syrian descends like a wolf on the fold. And that third party, my wife, she's convinced she doesn't want to sell it, although, strangely, it's sat over there completely neglected for the last 20 years without anybody wanting it.
OK.
But now, because you want it, she wants it.
OK.
As a result, I'm going to ask you to release me from the deal. That was all slightly very embarrassing.
I'm not going to come between a man and his wife, so fair enough. OK,
Well,
I understand. I understand.
Really,
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You sorry?
It happens. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
You can't ever anticipate it.
No.
The female of a species.
Well,
but there we are.
So I'm presuming that the sofas are off as well.
I'm really sorry, mate. She actually has an emotional attraction to that sofa, which I'm not aware of. She nursed our twins on that sofa.
And it's not just the sofa and the trough. It's also a no deal when it comes to the cloches.
I have to respect his wishes, and if that's what they want, we'll happily let them keep it.
Drew and Julian load up their one remaining purchase and leave before Francis gets into any more trouble.
It's exactly what I wanted. A piece of an English country house. The look, the feel, and even that. See how beaten it up it is with the secondary cover over the top and everything. Even that, for me, is just charming. OK, we done? We all packed up?
All packed.
Francis, been a pleasure. Really has.
All the best.
And to you, and to you.
Thank you, sir.
All the
Thank
best,
you very
and
much.
great fun. And you never know, if I'm ever up in bloody Chester, I might come and knock on your door.
Come and see us. Come
and buy something off
and you'll
you.
buy something, yeah. See you. Thanks, Francis. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I like that, don't you? It's like hell. It's a classic country house armchair. It's the thing I've been, I'm always looking for those. But I talk about disappointing on that trough.
Yeah. Doesn't get any closer and then no prize, does it?
At this moment, I'm £30 down because I had to pay the farmer. Seriously, I've gone there to buy something and I've lost money. So the only winner is the farmer for getting 35 quid for moving it. Yeah, you can go out to the pub tonight.
Back at base in North Wales, Drew's wife Rebecca, restorer Gavin and online sales manager Mark are expecting a van full of marvellous manor house booty.
You won't believe where we got this from.
No.
Francis Fulford.
Yeah?
So I managed to buy this off him, which is proper 19th century armchair.
I'm just trying to think what his house would look like if he had that in it.
We've got people clamouring for this stuff. It's period.
Drew's business depends on the fast turnover of lots of items, and one armchair just won't do. He needs to get back on the road and fast.
However, we've got plenty of restoration work to be getting on with. There's no need for Drew to be here at all. I'm going to crack the whip, and he's going to go off to see a manor house called Gray's Court, dating back to 1080, and I'm sure full of wonderful items.
It's off to York, to one of the oldest continuously occupied buildings in the country. It's currently being turned into a hotel by owner Helen and coordinator Penelope.
My name is Helen Herity. I own Gray's Court. My name's Penelope Ward and I'm the events coordinator.
I'm just dying for some quality. I could just do with, something really period, a really good period table or a lovely period bench or painting or mirror or something. This is expensive area, high Victorian, lots of money. What's the corner? What's that corner of that? There's York Minster. Look at that. Wow, it's gorgeous.
Hello. Hi, you must be Drew.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Helen.
Drew.
Good to meet you.
And you.
I'm Penelope. Hi,
Hi,
nice to
Penny,
meet
how you
you.
doing?
Great.
Well, Jules and I have come up today. I believe you've got some things for sale, possibly.
Yes, we've got quite a few interesting things.
This time he's dealing with the ladies of the manor face to face. But will they be any easier to win over?
Well, the house itself dates back to 1080. It was commissioned by the first Norman Archbishop who built York Minster. I bought this house 6 years ago. We've been developing it as a hotel ever since.
Wow. So is this, you have this open to the public as well?
All the gardens are open and people can have tea and scones in the garden. This is one of the only buildings in York that has an access from the medieval walls.
So you can walk around, these are the medieval walls of the castle?
That's right, and then drop into the garden.
It's amazing seeing the Minster so close behind.
I know.
It's staggering. OK, so these are the sheds.
Yeah, it's this room here. This room here. It's some of the furniture from the house.
What I'm hoping for is to find some, period chimney pieces, some nice mirrors, a good run of chairs, a great big table, some cabinets, something interesting and of period and of real quality.
As I say, there's a lot of stuff that we've just sort of accumulated over the years and not known quite what to do with. That's the old four-poster bed. We've all slept in that one. Yes, but not together.
That's quite a nice early piece of carving, isn't it?
It's supposed to be part of a very early 17th century bed, but we're not sure of the provenance on that. We've got two sides. This is the end, the sides. Here are the sides, here,
Do
actually.
you have another panel like this?
No, I'm afraid not.
Just
That's
that one?
Just the head.
OK.
I don't know whether he'd be interested in the stuff we've got here. It's a chance for us to sort of get rid of some furniture that will otherwise sit there for the next 20 years.
Where did these come from?
They were made for the house. When it was part of the St John's University, in the Long Gallery, they had 3 of these tables in a huge row down the middle.
They look like 1900, 1910, somewhere around there.
Right.
Drew knows that large tables such as these with cast iron provenance will command big money. He could easily get around £3,500 for each of these once restored.
It's exactly the thing I wanted to find. Nice big plank tops, great colour with complete known history, and they were made behind me at York Minster. Are these for sale?
Yes, they would be.
This is Drew's chance to bring home that one big item that Rebecca and the team are so eagerly expecting. But Penelope is armed and ready to do battle with this hunter.
What would you like for them? Who do I talk money with?
Penny does the negotiations. I don't do money very well at all.
And I've heard about Drew's reputation, and I think he would... I think Helen would probably give it away, wouldn't you, Helen?
I find the whole concept of haggling and just really, really embarrassing. I can't do it.
I don't know. I think in order for us to replace them, it would be about sort of £2,000, £2,500.
Probably each to replace.
Each?
Yeah.
To replace,
Each.
yes, it would be.
No, that's too much. I'd like to pay... we're in a bit of the same area. We're in thousands anyway, not hundreds.
Okay.
I'd happily pay 1,000 each.
Wow. That's quite a difference, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Helen? I think £2,000 is a good price for one.
Yeah, no, I just can't get there. They are good. We're not, I'm not trying to fool you and say these aren't good tables. These are great tables, and as a matched pair, they're so much more valuable to me as well. So can we get to 2,500 for the pair as they are, and I'll take them away.
Well, if we said 1,500 for one.
Yeah.
I'd like to pay a bit less than that. Can we do sort of 12.50, and I'll take whichever one I can. They're both in similar condition, but 12.50, because one's nowhere near as attractive as taking a pair.
I can see that, but
Yeah.
yeah, strange.
1,500. Come on, Drew.
Penny's clearly enjoying having a bit of a laugh and a deal with this. But I think Penny wants to do that. I think she wants to do a deal. That's leaving a very, very small bit of profit in there for me, and I've got work to do. So come on, 12.50 is where I need to be.
I thought I was ready for him, but not as ready as I thought. No, he's very good. 14. Final offer. Final offer. That's it.
1,400. And I can pick the best one.
You can choose.
You can take the best one, and you'll put it on the van for me.
Yeah, you
No.
really do drive.
No, you have to take it
You
yourself.
sure?
It's cash and carry.
All right, it's not delivered.
Drew was very good. I mean, he did get it for a lot cheaper than we would have originally let it go for.
1,400, I'll take the best
Okay.
one. Lovely.
Okay. Thank
you
you.
very much. Great. There you go, Jules. Pick the best one, chuck it on the van.
OK, all right, no problem. On my shoulder.
I can't bear parting with anything, but I'm glad it's going to a good home. And no, I'm quite happy with the day. It's been fun. found this book. And in it, see?
Ah.
There they are, in the gallery, set up for lectures.
So there's 3 of those tables originally?
Yes, there were.
I think,
That's
Helen,
great.
that we should sell him it. How much will you give us for it?
She's already given it to me. Tough. Too late.
Contract, Helen.
Yeah. You missed the trick there. It was our quid. Yeah. Wow. OK, well, what we'll do is when we sell the table, this will be given to the people or pinned up underneath so they can know where it's come from.
See what's there.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Well, look, it's been a
great.
pleasure. And I've really enjoyed the house. It's beautiful.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
OK, should we get off?
Yeah.
Thanks. OK, we'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was nice, wasn't it? Pleasant afternoon.
Pretty pleasant.
All of the tables we get like that, they'll sell pretty quickly. I reckon, you know, it's going to be a good few £100 to sort that out.
It's a great piece, but once again, it's a disappointing haul from a location that promised so much.
I liked it, but I tell you what, we're going to get grief when we get back to the shop.
Rebecca's going to kill you.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Let's have a look. Oh, my giddy aunt.
That's it.
A table.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
stunning.
So it needs some work, so we'll have to get Alex to sort it out for us, but it's such a good size.
French polisher Alex is just up the road from the shop. Drew has been using him for 10 years.
Drew's dropped the 12-foot refectory table off with me in solid oak, and it's a bit dark and grubby. And Drew likes them light, silvery, with a bit of a golden tinge to them. So in order to get that colour, we're going to strip off all the old varnish. You can see it's getting a sort of silvery sheen to it, just from giving it a very fine wire walling. Now we've got this lovely, silvery, clean look to it, nice and light, but still keeping some of that original character. And if you compare that to how it looked before, you can see it looks a bit grubby, dark, a little bit tatty, really. The tabletop's got a big gap in. This has been caused by shrinkage of the planks over the last 100 years, really. It's opened up a gap about 1/4 of an inch, about 8 millimetres. So we're going to have to cut the ends of the table, bring the centre section back in, and then put the ends back on. Not something that Drew would like to watch, but when it goes back to him, he'll be happy.
While Alex continues restoring the table, Drew and Julian hit the road once again. This time, it's a 3.5-hour drive to Chavenage House in the Cotswolds.
Today we're going to go and see a lady called Caroline, who owns a spectacular Cotswold manor house.
I'm Caroline Loseley-Williams. I'm a member of the Loseley-Williams family who've lived at Chavenage House since 1891. Primarily, we keep the house as a family home, but obviously, if we can open up to the public for events and weddings, etc., we will.
They're saying there's possibly things for sale. So the opportunity, as usual, is massive. If there's anything of note here, who knows? Oh, wow, look at this place. What a pad. Hi, Caroline.
Yes.
Drew.
Oh, Drew, hi. Nice to see
How
you.
you doing? This is Julian.
Hello, Julian. Come on in.
Wow.
This is the Great Hall. We believe the middle core of the house was built in about 1385. So we've got a medieval core. And then a lot of additions.
This is the family.
This is the family, yeah. My great-great-grandfather, who I can thank for being here because he made the money.
That is quite a spectacular chimney piece, isn't it?
No, it's lovely. I mean, it's later than the rest of the room, about 1680.
These windows are interesting because they're a medley window, so they're fragments of lots of different windows obviously put together over time.
In addition to salvage hunting, Drew has been restoring stained glass windows for over 20 years and spots a particularly rare example.
You've got a beautifully rare piece of stained glass that you don't see very often, and it's the sundial in stained glass.
Oh, right.
There's a whole society dedicated to finding and researching them.
For a man who carries his cap in his back pocket, he certainly appears knowledgeable.
Well, I should imagine, I'm guessing, but is there nothing in the house for sale?
Oh, we've been very much the family who haven't sold to survive.
Yeah.
And everything in the house, I think, is no-go area.
OK.
But I'm very happy to show you some sheds and things outside where we've...
Yes, please.
So the house is a no-go, and once again, it's off to the sheds. but Drew's optimistic he'll find something.
Round to the back to find things.
Tradesman's entrance.
Well, outside, there's certain bits which they've been stored for 30, 40 years. Nobody really wants them. The more space you've got, the more rubbish you've got, and a lot of it is rubbish. Well, there's a bit of good stonework under here, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah, is that a face in there? What they are, I thought they were off a gable, but they're not. They are staircase supports.
Really?
Yeah. So you've got a lion on that one. Beautiful, isn't he? Very simple medieval type face on it. It's not medieval, it's later than that, but it's still
Pseudo,
beautiful. Yeah. OK, sorry, I'll stop messing about in your garden
And then
now.
the cannon is just anti-theft. Anyway, come into the stable yard.
Come on, dogs.
This is what we call the workshop, but there are some quite interesting bits.
They're interesting, these pieces behind here.
I think that is a big
wardrobe.
I seem to remember my grandfather's house keeping glasses, and it's in the sort of dining room cupboard, as it were.
Just trying to look at these, see if any of these carvings are original. They look quite original. I'd say that piece is much older than everything surrounding it. And you can see on the back where they've made them up. See how much thicker they are. These pieces here. That is not as old as that.
Right.
And that's much newer than that. And these clearly are English linen fold panels in a Gothic manner. That's probably been a piece of wall panelling. That's interesting, because when I walked around the front of the house, there was English Gothic architecture of the same age as that panelling, like identical. So I'm thinking, as soon as I saw it, I thought, that's from the house. It's got to be.
18th century panels like these are popular for restoration or just as decorative pieces and could easily fetch upwards of £500 each.
Interesting. Another one as well. It's the other side there, so there's more of it.
So these are worth a bit too?
Yes, they're definitely something I'd be interested in buying. And this is the stuff that really gets me excited. Finding elements of old buildings like this is just lovely, especially when they've been tucked away for so long.
One of the problems with Drew's job is that when he identifies something of interest, the owner often decides to keep it, even when they previously had no idea what it was.
But I could see your face change as soon as you saw those.
Yes, I feel like I knew the doors were like this, but I had no idea that was there.
Yeah. So now seeing it afresh, is this still something you'd be interested in selling?
To be honest, I have no idea what it's worth. I would have to consult with the family.
Oh dear. It seems Drew may be dealing with another unseen matron of the manor.
Obviously, I'd like to buy it all, but we'll see.
It would be rather sad to sell it out of the house when it has been our sort of ethos to try to keep as much in the house as possible.
Should we continue through the other buildings?
Continue through, and then we'll have a chat about it.
We'll have a chat about this and discuss, because it is something I want to purchase.
Yeah, but I'll think about it.
This lamp down here.
There's one straight down where my parents used, and there's that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're thinking about the panelling. I'll have to think about this, because it's a project and we've got an awful lot.
I don't think you'll find much in there, to be honest.
Though Drew suspects he won't be able to buy the carved panels, he suddenly finds something Caroline might be able to sell without consulting the family.
Have you found something?
Yeah. That's rather nice. It's a English Art Deco ceiling light. Really good one. Good quality. Finding an Art Deco lamp in this house was a style that sort of threw me. I'm thinking, well, you must have found this somewhere else, because there's no Deco influences anywhere in the house.
To me, I thought when he first showed it was a jelly mould. So what date would you say that was? It's sort of 20s?
Yes, spot on.
Period lighting from any era sells well, and this piece of 1920s glamour could easily bring over £250.
Shame about the damage. Can you open it up? I just want to open it up again and just see if that damage is visible through the frame. Where was that?
Where did you find
it? You passed me that piece, it fell out.
So you broke it?
Oh, that'll be it. You passed it to me and I broke it. That'll be the way it works again, is it?
Yeah. Oh, you can just see it. People love or hate it.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's lovely.
Yes, it's not my style, to be honest.
Exactly, but yeah.
I'm slightly more used to the oak panelling.
Yeah. Is this for sale?
Well, I mean, yes,
potentially,
yeah. I mean, that's much more likely.
Are we able to discuss money, or do you need to go and...
What sort of value is that?
As it stands there, I think we'd pay about £75 for that. It would have been more, but there's a chip to the glass there, and it is just about visible. And we've got it, we can stick it back on.
Yeah. To be absolutely honest, I had no idea it was even there.
No.
The house isn't set up in the 1920s, and when he actually offered 75 quid for it, I thought that wasn't bad. I could pay for A few bottles of gin, which we probably need.
Is this a sale? Am I allowed to buy this one, do you think?
Yeah.
OK, wonderful.
No, it's well spotted.
It's my job.
Although she doesn't have the authority to sell everything, Drew clearly has a fan in Caroline.
You can't take Drew past any pile without him climbing up and started funneling around. He was interested in all sorts of things. I mean, whether it was your dog or your ferret, or whether it was your panini picture. Probably you must get everybody searching around.
It's a fascination I've had my whole life, to be honest with you.
You need somebody like Drew to really kindle your interest. And there is a value in what we called our rubbish. And it was just fascinating to go around with somebody who could see it. Things.
In another shed, one of Drew's favourite things, a battered old armchair. He usually sells on chairs like these without reupholstering, and an example like this could fetch around £300.
OK, there's another one underneath it, isn't there? Can I see that one as well?
You don't want a lot, do you?
Just seeing if it's got a good enough look about it. I think it has.
Well, it has got a good enough.
I think it has, yeah.
So would you cover this in leather?
No, I won't. I sell these on as they are.
Right.
So I'm looking at the frame and the proportions, and does it sit well? Is it good looking? Are all the bits that you can't repair?
And you can see through this hideous screen.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. If you imagine that in a beautiful sort of calico colour all over, and then the frame polished back, it's a very good-looking chair. There you go. There's the original fabric on it there.
Oh, wow. That's rather nicer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. That's beautiful. Should we take it down anyway, Jules? Yep. Oh. See, that one, to me, is not quite as good looking as the other one.
When are they called nursing chairs?
Could be a nursing chair, but usually they've got no arms.
In case you've got twins.
We're not talking a great deal of money here, but because they need a hell of a lot of work.
So what sort of price?
I think you'd be surprised. I'll give you £150 for that wrecked armchair.
Golly,
Yeah.
that is a surprise.
That is a surprise. The one behind, 20 quid.
Right. I mean, that does surprise me. I mean,
I'm surprised how much I've just offered you for it. But
I
I think it's worth it. Do you want to go and discuss, or do you need...
I will. I'll just go and get my mother and just look at the chairs. I'm happy with the light.
OK.
So far, Drew has made only one small buy, and the jury is still out on the chairs and the carved panels that he really wants. But he'll have to wait while Caroline consults with her parents.
I've just spoken to my father. He thinks they're intrinsically valuable to the house.
As Drew thought, now he has drawn attention to the value of the panels, they're off limits. It's an occupational hazard.
I'm sorry, but just feel, especially the bit you showed me here.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand why that one for sure.
Yeah, I just think it'd be wrong to sell something which come out of the house.
No, fair enough. I do agree. I'm not upset at all. Not at all. It stays here, where it should be. What about the chairs then? What did they say about the chairs?
Chairs, chairs, happy to go.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Sorry, there wasn't a huge amount for you to find.
Don't worry, it's not a problem.
Good.
Thanks, Caroline.
Thank you very much.
Oh, good.
I enjoyed it anyway, and the house is stunning.
Well, we feel very beholden to it, really, but it is wonderful. It's been a great privilege to grow up here.
What a pad. Very nice. I'll send my man round in the morning, we'll do the paperwork, I'll take it.
Though 2 chairs and a light are less than Drew anticipated, he's hoping the last country house on the list will bring greater riches in the morning. It's a short stop from Gloucestershire to Leominster. Drew really needs to fill up at this next venue to make this 2-day trip worthwhile.
We're going to see Edward Simpson at Burton Court today. He's got loads of stuff to sell.
This is Burton Court. Lived here all my life. My father bought the house 50 years ago, and I do a whole range of functions to keep the house afloat.
They're using it as a wedding venue, a hotel, and they're doing a lot of work on the place, and they're looking to clear out some furniture. And it looks like a pleasant place. If it's a hotel, they might have, have a nice lunch. Country house hotel lunch, that'd be lovely. Here we are.
Welcome to Burton Court.
Thank you very much. Wow, amazing place.
Oh, well, thank you.
Fabulous. Wouldn't want to cut your lawn there.
It takes a day.
So I wonder if I could see what you've got.
Yeah, of course.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, of course.
Through here?
Yeah, front door.
Edward leads Drew straight into the house. Promising start, assuming there are no hidden wives or parents to scupper his plans to buy.
Wow. God, it is. That's really something, isn't it?
It dates back to 14th century. It's a very baronial room. We used to have a lot of animal heads in here.
Uh-huh.
And we do a lot of weddings here. A lot of the brides were getting off-put by it.
Really?
So, yeah, it's the feedback I get. So I thought, oh, it's a tough decision. But we took down a lot of the animal heads.
OK. Is that part of the stuff you're selling?
Yeah, possibly, yeah. We might be interested in selling some of that.
The bride's reluctance to be watched over by dead animals could mean a jackpot for Drew. Taxidermy, antlers and all things hunting are extremely fashionable for interior designers and photographers.
Along this way.
But just as Drew thought he was firmly installed in the main house, he finds himself once again in decidedly more humble quarters.
Yeah, being a museum, we have lots of curios in the house, so which also we're doing more of the weddings these days, so it's keen to, might be interested in selling some.
OK, what's for sale here?
Not the penny farthing, I'm afraid.
Oh,
That's
really?
That's friends, so we can't sell that, but...
That was something I'd really want. Air raid siren? They make a hell of a noise. Does it work?
Oh, it's very loud. It can be a lot louder than that.
A lot more, doesn't it? Especially if you're open. Oh, you've got it nearly half up. Fully open and give it a really good going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
fun twice and then it's a pain in the neck. Yeah. Nothing there. So, hey, it happens, but there's an awful lot more to see, so fingers crossed.
But the animal heads are in here and here.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, look at this lot. That's really odd when you look into a little tiny space that's completely black, and then you look in, put the torch on, and wow, all these sort of heads are looking at you. It's, yeah, quite an experience. Like, whoa, it does hit you, you know?
Drew has potentially hit gold, but he's learned not to get too excited when it comes to country house swag. He needs to establish just who is the decision-maker when it comes to sales.
It's a lioness, I think. Or lion half-grown.
German East Africa.
So, everything in here is for sale?
We're quite keen on keeping some of the big ones, because they're quite rare.
No shield with that one.
Straw, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been leaking dandruff a bit.
Oh, God, yeah, he's in a right state, isn't he?
Do some damage, wouldn't it?
That would do some damage. Luckily, they're facing backwards. No, neither of those for me.
OK.
What about this one?
Well, what's of interest with this one? I mean, it's very big horns.
I think it's the scale, and I like the skull more than anything.
Not too sure on this one.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe, OK. That'd be something I'd be interested in, for sure.
OK.
There's one here I've seen that I quite like the look of.
OK. Oh, a little badger.
Yeah. Poor little fella. Okay. So is he for sale?
Yeah, well, badgers are not very popular with my farming friends around here. So, yeah, the badger's for sale.
OK. All right, how much would badger cost me today?
Well, for you, maybe let's go for, say, £40. The shield's quite good for it.
Yeah. OK. Badger's coming home with us.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Got a new friend?
Yeah. Got a friend.
Yeah. Everyone's allowed to have one friend.
No, that's OK. So, is this something that's for sale?
Yeah, potentially. I'll have to just check with senior management, as in parents.
Oh dear. Once again, there's an unseen chain of command that could stand between this hunter and his prey.
OK, so we got another room here.
These are the chairs you were mentioning.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite good. Nice shape. Looks like the original upholstery on it as well, doesn't it? It's the classic sort of country house, 19th century armchairs, side chairs, nursing chairs, anything upholstered, really, that I like.
Edward's mother has given him permission to sell the chairs, and if nothing else, Drew can fill his van with them. He knows that they can each bring over £150 unrestored.
What would you want for this then, Edward?
Well, I don't think it would be particularly worth much. Make me an offer and I'll think.
That condition there.
Where would I go with that? Start at £80.
£80. Sold.
Sure. Wonderful.
I mean, these couple of chairs I thought might...
OK.
See, that one...
No. This is the one you mentioned, yeah? That one?
It seems nice. I mean, the colour's gone, but...
But the shape's still good.
Yeah.
Isn't it? See, it's got the wrong casters here. Modern ones and then the right ones on the front, yeah. So this is one your mum wants rid of?
Yeah.
Price-wise, what do you reckon?
I mean, you know, I could save maybe 200.
We're not too far away. I think I'd normally try and buy this for somewhere around 120 quid. So you've been really fair so far. So if I said 150, we're getting closer.
160.
160. I'm not going to argue with you over a tenner. Yeah, no, we'll have
Great.
that.
Drew is definitely on a roll. He's determined to take as many chairs home as he can with him today.
But I like this. I mean, it's battered to hell, but great big patch over the arm there.
The leather's OK, is it?
No, the leather's big chunk there that's been glued on, which I don't want to pull this off because it's going to take... See how somebody's pulled it there and it's pulled the surface of the leather off there?
Yeah.
Club chair, armchair. Price-wise, what if we said 100? Not enough?
Perhaps a bit more.
That's a bit mean. That's a bit mean. It is a bit mean. We're just concerned what's underneath that. It's going to be a great big mark. 120, and I'll be a very happy boy at 120.
All right. Yeah. 120.
Wonderful. Deal. Yeah, bride's not going to want that on a wedding night, is she?
No.
Yeah. Not very romantic, is it? Dirty old bloke's chair. Yeah.
Though he's got 3 chairs and a badger, it's the stuffed animal heads that will really make this visit worthwhile.
That's the one. That's the one I really want.
Antlers are very fashionable with interior designers at the moment, who could easily pay up to £200 each for genuine country house examples like these.
And these big boys, look at these. God knows what that's off.
Edward's been to ask his mother, and it's the moment of truth.
She's willing to sell. She wants to keep hold of the lion and that huge Nepalese bison.
There's the 2 bits I really want. Yeah, they're the 2 prize pieces for me.
Stymied again by a manor house matriarch, but Drew's thinking of the team back at base and is determined to bring home as much as possible.
We can strike a deal on the other heads.
Let's start with the Gems buck. That's really nice. What do you want for that one?
I think really that should be for, you know, for a good shield like that as well, maybe 150.
Can we meet around... I'd like to pay 120.
120.
I'd like to pay 120.
All right, OK.
Yeah?
All right, so yeah, we can do
good.
that.
All right, OK.
We'll do that.
Sold. I'll have
Sold.
that one. Sold, having it. Now, these 2 here, the 2 sort of near-matching antlers on the back plates and the shields on the back. What do you think?
Perhaps we'll go 150 as well on those, really.
Which are each?
Each, yeah.
Yeah, OK. Nearly. They're so close, but this one, how much is Sam Burr?
Well, perhaps if we go 150 as well for that one.
So you're going to want 450 for the 3. Tell you what, 400 quid, we got a deal.
Genuine piece of history of Burton Court you're taking away with you.
400 quid is a great price.
All right, we'll do that.
Cheers, thanks.
And the difference is?
God, they're heavy. There you go.
All right, mate.
Ed, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's
really.
been great.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful place.
Well, it helps keep the council tax going for a bit longer.
Yeah.
You know.
Good luck with the business.
Yeah, well, it's
Really.
going all right so far.
Excellent. I'll put as much business your way as we can.
Good
Okay.
stuff. All
Cheers.
right.
Bye-bye.
Take care then. Bye-bye.
After a slow few days, the salvage hunter has redeemed himself and returned with a full van.
Loads of stuff.
Full van?
Yes.
The team is clearly impressed and relieved to see so much new stock and restoration projects.
Low leather armchair. It's got quite a lot wrong with it. Rips, tears, cushion missing. It's had a big piece of wood nailed to the base to hold all the springs in.
And a piece of carpet, yes.
Bit of carpet, yeah. But I like it, because look, that is how low it's meant to be as well. It's not been... Do you like it? Great shape.
Yeah, I do. I like the feet.
Yeah. Got this as well, same house. Nursing chair.
Good condition.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got this one, which is lovely looking.
You don't get any of these for ages, and you seem to get a load in a good run, so...
I know, it's weird, isn't it? Isn't that lovely?
Lovely.
Do you get that recovered or strip or leave as is, or...?
Leave as is. Just we'll sell that one as it is.
That's a quality piece, actually,
yeah, it is.
isn't
It's
it?
a really good quality chair underneath that. I think this is just great looking.
Wow, the size of that.
That's really impressive.
The skull makes it. It's great, isn't it? These are really... There's an almost matched pair.
That's like a moose or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. They had them displayed in the house, but the house is now a really top-class wedding venue, and these were off-putting to the brides. They didn't like them.
Really?
Really. So that's why they took them all down.
Drew's riding high and takes the opportunity to share one of his famous puns.
It was their stag night. Hey!
He's here all week, unfortunately.
Stick to your day job.
Oh, well, it was great while it lasted.
Badger.
Oh, hello.
Hiya. I want to keep Badger.
Do you?
Yeah. That voice was, do you? Not putting in the house, do you? That was the voice, wasn't it?
Not in the house, please, Drew.
Oh, I'll go in my man room.
Oh, in your man room, OK.
Yeah.
To wash the Badger's hair? Or...
No, just centre parting.
The team gets the items he's brought prepped and ready for sale immediately.
We sell antlers quite often, but to have such a collection all at once is it's very impressive, especially the little badger's head. I was rather taken with that. Reminded me of Enzo, bizarrely. What's fascinating about the chairs is, to a lot of people's eyes, they just look like a load of old sofas. But underneath all that, the frames are beautiful. Again, Drew's eye. He spotted those chairs. They really are very, very special.
Wow, look at that, it's 12 foot.
And the table from Gray's Court has arrived back from French polisher Alex. Drew puts it up for sale at £3,600.
It's always difficult dealing with third parties, but what we have managed to do was get into some wonderful old countries estates. We've managed to save some historically important pieces from historically important houses. And in some small way, those pieces are now going to help pay for the massive running costs that these houses have. So they're going to benefit, and so will I.